number one. There he is. There is your last match, Top Fragger. Sharon, hello everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. We are starting match number 2 of the NABS, the North America's Best Stars. Week number 7. It still amazes me that we are on week 7 already. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend, even if the snow just is doing everything it can to just make sure I can't go anywhere. Alright, here's our first Miramar flight path. We're coming in from just south of Terra Branca, going to the south of Cruz del Valle water treatment, over the top of Hacienda del Patron and the farms, over the top of San Martin, Power Grid, Monte Nuevo, and dumping off at that western wasteland wall. So let's see, it looks like Dark Esports already off the plane. Let's see what's going on with them. Let's see, a lot of teams are right around them. I see a team headed up towards Terra Branca, Vespera. We do have 2 teams signed to GOT and Region 8 Gaming, and it looks like they might be headed up towards Torremunda. Dark Esports going to the southern side of El Azahar. We do have a team in El Azahar. Corey, the billionaire, your team is in El Azahar. Not too far away from, I think this is Team 14, Vitality Pros, right along that eastern side. So now let me go ahead and scroll on over and see what else is happening. San Martin with 2 teams. We got Mad Esports right on over here with Scenaria NA. And look at the cluster headed up to La Cabarria. We've got we got the Ice Elves, Exceed, the Finest, and let's go on down. The Picado is pretty quiet. So I just saw an elimination. I'm not sure where that was, but I think that is Mad Esports. Let's see, right over here in San Martin. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen. We do have the scores. I will be showing them to you as soon as this fight is over. So let me see what's going on here. All right, so Exceed and Super Mula. So let's see what is going on. Mad Noob already getting an elimination. Where is Noob? Hello, Noob. Hello. So we do have that fight with Exceed going on. Let's see where that fight is. We got Region 8 right up and over there. I don't remember where Exceed was. Where are they? Exceed, where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, my brain. Where is this fight? We got Nexus Alliance right on down there. I guess I missed that fight, guys. So let me go ahead and grab the scores for you really quickly. Here are your scores. Dark Esports with that 25 bomb in Erangel, that first match, the winner chicken dinner. Region 8 Gaming coming in second with 13-4. Angry Men tied with Apex Esports Pro and 2 B&Ls. Look at the 11s all right there in a row. So let's keep an eye on that, but let's get back into these fights and see where we're going. I do see that we got signed to God. One of them knocked right up over here. Let's see what's happening with Kind. He's got the Winchester. You guys know I love the Winchester. They're right over here with Region 8 Gaming. Home Depot already up to an elimination. You can see that White is headed on to Rondo now. So yeah, let's see. Oh, we also have Akash. Akash has been knocked and Cloudy, I think. Yep, there he goes. Tupac getting that elimination. So we're down to just a duo over here. 4 signed to God, and 2 of those eliminations were from Home Depot. has the M249, and he is trying to figure out where everyone is. Kinda. I just saw you. I just realized that was you. Hello, Kind. Hello. You are in a rough spot, aren't you? Alright, let's get off of Kind for a minute and see what else is happening. Because I do see that the 4 angry men are coming right up and through over here onto Scenaria Esports. And you just saw that knock onto Scenaria. But we also have the Finest over here as well. You can see the Finest right up on top of them. So they've got that uphill advantage. And here, look at the Finest. They are all pretty separated out. Emma getting that knock up that hill. So let's go. Whoop, whoop. Says Corey the billionaire. Alright, so I think he's gonna be able to get some. Hello everyone and a happy Sunday night. We are with the North America's Best Stars. Let's go. This is Winter Finals Week 8 already. Week 8. Let's go through these slots. Hello, Para64. Hello. Welcome. Alright, so in slot 3, we have the 4 Angry Men. Slot 4, Region 8 Gaming. Slot 5, the 7 Deadly Sins. Ooh, I put that all together in one word, didn't I? Slot 6, Dark Esports. Jay Perunda, my friends, Naomi. Slot 7, The Finest. Slot 8, Wranglers of Zenith. Slot 9, to be announced, PMSL Heroes in the house. Slot 10, Mad Esports. Hello, Mad Esports. Slot 11, Finial. Slot 12, Immaculate Esports. In slot 13, we have Almost There. Hello, boys. In slot 14, Equinox. Slot 15, Parasite Esports. Slot 16, Team Control Star. There's the star right when I said that. It was meant to be. 17, Rain Esports. Charis. Hello, Charis. I see you. Slot 18, Infinity Reapers. In slot 19, Velocity Enoxify. Hello. In slot 20, Pew Pew. I love that name. I just love it. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you were nice and warm. I know most of us had a pretty chilly front come on through. I know I did, that's for sure. Let me check on our sound. Yep, our sound's doing just fine. Hopefully you guys won't have any of those stupid sound delays. Sound delay. Alright, let's see. What am I missing? I think we are good. We're just about on hard start. It looks like we're missing one from Dark Esports still. Let me scroll on up. One from the Finest. Still loading in a couple of them. There's Native from Infinity Reapers. Pew Pew. Watch out. I like that name. Watch out. Pew Pew. Alright, let's see. Oh, I think everybody's going to be in their seat. Look at this, guys. We are starting our first match of 5 with a full house. We got everyone in their seat where they're supposed to be. Let's go. These guys are ready. Ready. Oh, I'm not sure who this guy is. I'm not sure. Hey, we got another Bob. That's Bob. I'll finish my drink before we start. And let's go, guys. They pushed already. Alright. I'll go ahead and put that map screen up so we can check that out. Get Get that at least started. Mohammed! Did you get any sleep at all, Mohammed? My goodness, hello. Big fan, Mohammed. Big fan. Let me get that up there. Oh, I need to turn the sound up for me because I can't hear. You guys should be able to hear fine. There we go. We are on four Angry Men Dexter. Hello, Mohammed. I can't believe you're awake already. What was that, 2 hours of sleep? Alright, let's see. Not sure. Oh, I see what I did. Alright. I think I could get that a little better. Maybe. Let's move that over just a little bit. There we go. Sometimes I have to move those and then it's hard to get everything perfectly back there. Alright, so this time, match number 1 Eranga. We are coming in from that eastern edge over by Lepovka, going down across prison, shelter, farm, across the river, straight through the center of that west bridge and going through the Bay of Primorsk to Military Base Island. So it's a very southeast flight path, just skimming across the top of that military base. Let me scroll on in on my screen, see what is happening up here at the very start. It looks like no one went to Lepovka. Very strange. But we do have Team Control Star off the plane, the Infinity Reapers off the plane, 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Angry Men headed down to that southern edge of the military, or the Milta Power Peninsula, sorry. Looks like Finial going over to Milta, Rain Esports, and Region 8, not too far apart. Region 8 may be going across the river. And we already have a fight over here. Onto this, oh, what happened over here? Let's see if we can get on over here and find out what is happening. For the Infinity Reapers, we already have 1 down. And the 7 Deadly Sins. Gil, where's your team? Looks like Nade down to about 5 HP over here as all of the Infinity Reapers are getting ready to come on up. But upstairs, we have a couple of them just hanging out. So it's a 2v2 that I can see so far at the moment. Whoa, that nade was closed. And it looks like Gil's getting into a vehicle, getting ready to come on over. I think that was Nighty downstairs throwing those nades on up. Did you have any more nades in a day? And it's Nighty and Rags over here. And they're just trying. I can't sleep. And the OP YouTuber will live stream and be honest, I've done my work. Might be not. Guess you sleep, Mohammed. I truly appreciate you though. Oh, the Infinity Reapers. Ooh! Infinity Reapers. Rags taking out 3 of them. Gil. Oh no. So there goes the 7 Deadly Sins. And we also have a big fight right on down here with the finest there over here between Rain and Region 8. So they've got Region 8 to the east uphill and Rain Esports down in Novo Crates. They're right over on the other side of Novo Crates, so on the eastern edge. So let's see what's going on over here. Hello, Charis, big fan. Yeah, tell me not to say that. Tell me again. Alright, so Region 8's all doing fine over here. They're just, Rain Esports is doing fine over here. They're just looting up, but Region 8's up the hill over here getting those shots. So let's go ahead, since we have just a second, when we put this map up here to give you an idea of where the rest of our teams went. We do have a second before they start fighting. You can see that they're kind of separated at the moment. The rest of the teams look pretty separated. I see a couple of them fairly close to each other. Almost there is right there by Velocity, and this is Team 12. Team 12 Immaculate Esports. So they're kind of close to each other, but mostly that's it. So let's go on back. Trupac coming up to the observatory, so he's going to have that over the top. view on down. So let's see. All these teams are going to have to come on off the military base island. So let's see what's going on over here with the finest. What you doing, Divine? Divine, just keeping an eye up those hills. So now's a good time to keep checking in, make sure that we're not missing any fights. We might have a fight over here between Parasite and Equinox. They're right on top of each other. We got Parapapa, but for now, I'm on just for you. Good luck, by the way. Thank you, Mohammed. I truly appreciate you, Mohammed. I really do. Let's check in on Wagoon. Alright. Para 6-4 in my chat. Where are you? I don't see you. Looks like they're pretty close over here too. Two Equinox. So we might have a fight over here, but we do have a couple of teams not too far from almost there. Wiz as well. You can see on his mini map he does have one fairly close from Velocity. So Velocity may be keeping up with him. Kaylita, PUBGM, hello Kaylita, big fan, Kay, big fan. Oh, look at that, there they go, right behind him. So let's get on over here and find out what's going on with Quack. We got Silent down to about 5 HP as they're getting out of there, because Immaculate did come on up and took some of those shots. So we got Chino and Taco right over here. They were heading on back to their team. But they definitely made Velocity move on out. But now look at this. We've got almost there. Sorry about that. We got almost there, running right up and in onto we are Wranglers of Zenith. So the Wranglers of Zenith are not that far away. We're over at the one stacks just to the east of Mount Everest. So let's see. Got a lot of teams pretty close to each other to be announced. Ooh, Claus, you're getting really, really close over here to Mad Esports. Can they see you, though? That's the question. Mad Esports right down the road. And it's Noob. Oh, Noob's all the way over at the school. So let's check in on Lee. It looks like Lee's coming from the other way. Balik coming the other way. Take it, boy. And I saw somebody over here. Let's see what's going on this side. Hello, Salty. Looks like they're just headed on into zone though. So let's see what else can we find out. I still feel like we're gonna have a fight down in here. So let's see what's gonna happen between the three teams. Ghosty, Momosti. Hello, Ghosty. Alright, so we got Rain. It's kind of funny that you showed up, Ghosty, because I just put your team up here, and they've got one knocked, and I think, nope, Hooks was able to get that elimination. I thought maybe it was Region 8 up at the top of the hill, because we do have a third-party Ghosty right at the top. And Sharice is down to about 20 HP. Who are you fighting with? It's Region 8 that's come in, and we still have Bad Fella over here. So Random got 2 eliminations. Sharice up to 1 and Hooks up to 1. But we do have Cloudy and the Home Depot up on that ridge line, and we also have the rest. Ooh, random. Keep your head out of that window. They got that window covered. Alright, so we got Home Depot. Oh, Sharice gets down. And now Home Depot getting ready to push up and in. They got that initial knock, and here they come on to Rain Esports. So now let's get on over to Rain Esports. Find out what's going on with Zanty. Zanty's coming up and over this ridgeline. Sharice and Random. Hooks is trying over here. They benched me. No, 6-4. Get your butt back in that match. Alright, so we're down to just a duo at the moment. We still have Sharice knocked. There goes a nade. All those nades. Watched them come right at us. And Zanty trying to get over onto Zanty. I think Zanty may be able to get on out of there, but I'm not sure where he's going to go. There is a boat down there, so I might be able to get that boat. But we are going over towards that Milta area now. Let's check in on Velocity all the way up at the type. Yikes, 6 is 6-4. And Nuxify finding one of them from the Wranglers of Zenith. That was Rish that he just finished off. And the Wranglers of Zenith, where did they go? They're going up over towards that West Jasnaya Bridge. And we do have a cluster right here in the center. You can see that we have Finial right over here next to 2B unannounced. Hello, Chips. Chips coming in the one stack just to that northwest side of Milta. But they do have Claus and Blaze coming right up behind them, letting the good lineup play. 6-4. I love that name. 6-4. Alright, so now we do have a fight with Parasite. Let's get on over there and find out what's happening. Wagon right downstairs. It is just up the wagon and Rex. We do have to be announced, and look at this, Claus coming right up and in onto team control. So now Claus trying to figure out what's going on. Wants some of this third party team control taking all those shots over on them. Claus, no. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Yushin trying to keep an eye on what is happening. So now let me go ahead and put this map screen up, give you guys an idea, because we still have a bunch of teams coming in from the blue. We still have 2 teams down in Novo, and we've got a few teams up to the north side of Rozhok. So we've got all these teams out and about, but it does look like Dark Esports may be getting pulled up on over here by, I just had it in my head, yes, Equinox. I almost said the wrong team. So Equinox coming on into Milta right over here by Dark Esports. So now let's go on and check in on it. Looks like Equinox is the only team. Wagon, there you go, Wagoon getting some shots in. Looks like we've only got the one team down in Milta at the moment. So let's see. I appreciate you two so much as well. You're such a everything. Aww. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Alright, so we do have Skittles from Team Control Star up at the top. We've got Finial right to the southwest over here down the hill. You can see Rex keeping an eye down the hill. There is your team pair 6-4. Alright, let's go. Let's see what is happening uphill from us. Claus and the boys all the way up on this northwest edge, and they may be seeing a bunch of teams coming on in. Scarface, you are coming right in at Skittles. Ooh, Scarface, just in the nick of time. He was about ready to land right in the middle of Team Control Star, and we do have the fight down to that south side with Region 8. Let's go check in on Region 8. Over here in a fight with Dark Esports. It looks like Dark Esports. YouTube Core. Let's see what's going on with Core. FPS. They're coming. Oh, and there they go. Dark Esports getting pushed out of that compound by Region 8 Gaming, and you saw Dark Esports moving on over towards Milton. We are down to just Naomi. Naomi, be careful where you end up. You got Equinox all right there in front of you. So now let's see what else is happening. The Infinity Reapers may be in a fight over here. Let's go check in on what's happening, because they've got almost there right next to, I think that's Team 3. Yes, the 4. Angry Men. Hello, Rags. You've got 3 eliminations, and here comes the 4 Angry Men. We got John Wick. Hello, gorgeous LEGOP. Hopefully you'll get them all. I do pray about this, though. I appreciate you so much, Mohammed. Such a heart of gold. Alright, let's see. Let's go up to Team Control Star. It does look like they're getting into this fight with Mad Esports. What is Star doing over here? Star trying to get those shots over on the Mad Esports. 6666 gets taken down. Claus getting some tacos over there. So now let's go. What else is happening though? as we got the fights everywhere. Fights are breaking out on every side of this map. This is only stage 3, but these teams do not want to be pushed in on top of each other. They are not the world's greatest neighbors. They don't like each other. So let me go ahead and put that up there for you. Scrolling on down a little bit, give you an idea. If you have a team in here that you want to check in on, you gotta let me know, because otherwise we're just gonna keep on hopping around, checking in on everyone we can. We want to make sure we get it. Oh, what a toxic zone. Look at the zone, guys. Look at this zone. Only less than half of this zone is playable. The rest of it is all water, and you can see that to be announced are really coming up and in onto. Oh, Claus, did you get a 1v4, or are you just picking on any team that you can find? Here comes the judge. The judge coming up and through. Claus. Claus is hot tonight, guys. Claus up to 5 eliminations. And now they got to come down and into this very, very toxic zone. We do have another fight over here with the 4 angry men and the Infinity Reapers. Nighty, are you the last one? Nighty is the last one still standing. And now he's trying to figure out what he's going to do with all of this zone. It is all water. Oh, Nighty's just trying to get through the water. And you can see up here in your upper right-hand side that the 4 angry men are really trying to get this netty fishy. Alright, so let's see what else is happening. At the moment, they're pretty far apart, but I do see that Wranglers of Zenith. Oh, Scarface, I'm sorry. Let's check in on Blaze. 922. Ooh, we got 2 being out there coming right up and in onto this third party, as we've got the Wranglers of Zenith right here in a fight with the Immaculate Esports. The Immaculate Esports over here. Down to just a duo, not Shaq and Rizzy. So now, Wranglers of Zenith. Let's check in on Blaze. Blaze has Salty. Oh, 1 HP from that nade right up and over. And now Judges right there in his sightline. Alright, so to be announced are just coming in like a bull in a china shop. We got Claus. Claus still over here throwing nades right up and in onto the Immaculate Esports. Look at this. There goes another one. Claus just throwing the nades right up and in. He's going to go ahead and get Blaze picked back up. And here comes the Judge. Judge is Salty, pushing right up and into all this smoke, trying to figure out where they may be. Let's check in on the Judge. The Judge does have that VBS, and he's got that Molly out. Gonna go ahead and try to get him in and around that corner. Hello, Haley. Hello, Haley. Welcome. And we do have Region 8. Region 8 Gaming just took down Claus. And what did I just do over here? Let me go back in here. Yeah. Look at the my mouse is in the wrong spot, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, let's go on over here and find out what else is happening. I think we lost Claus to Region 8. Yeah, Region 8 came up and in and got Claus and Blaze when we were watching all of that. Where is Region 8? I don't see Region 8 anymore, so let's go on over. Oh, they're right here. Wrong color. Wrong color. Alright, so Region 8 is up to 9 eliminations. They had that perfect sight line over onto the Milta 1 stacks, but here comes Judge and Salty. Look at that, flying right on past. See, Senor. I don't know what his name is, guys. I don't know. Don't judge me. I can't read. You guys know this already. Oh, almost there. Almost there. It's down to just 11. 11, you've got 4 eliminations. Am I missing everyone's squad wipe tonight? I'll be so sick if I'm missing squad wipes, guys. I'm trying so hard to catch all your fights, but you guys refuse to take tickets to wait your turn. Alright, so they're coming right up and in. Oh, look at this. Team 17 right in there. Did you see him right there? Oh, you didn't see him. That is Rain Esports. Rain Esports was right there. Zanty was able to get that elimination as they came right up and in onto this one stack. And now everybody is crushing into Milta. We still have all of this water. Look at this. We still have 30 to 40% water in this zone. And I see judges over here taking some shots over onto Region 8. Velocity is right there in front of them. Even so, now let's go on over to Velocity and find my Anuxify. Hello, Anuxify. What are you watching over here? You got all sorts of neighbors, don't you, Nuxify? Alright, we're going to watch that for a second while I move this map right on in, give you guys an idea of what is happening. In a minute, we'll be able to just zoom over the top of Milta so you guys can see what is happening. It looks like Pew Pew's trying to come right up and in. Let's get on over to Pew Pew, find out how they are working this edge. You guys know I hate this beach. It's such a beach to breach. I'm a poet. Alright, so now let's go. Let's get him on that full screen. Let's check in on Shadow. Watch out. Watch out. It's coming right up and in. He is there all in zone, so they don't have to move in zone. But look at all the tags. All these tags right here in front of Watch Out. So we are just now getting it ready to move our zone. So let's see where our teams are going. Oh my gosh, it's still half water. So Pew Pew in a perfect position to get some of these teams coming in and across. So now let me get up to Salty. I think he may be one of the last ones still standing. I thought I saw judges going down, but Salty is still trying to get those shots right up and over. Look at judges. Judges just pushing right up and ooh, that nade from Finial. Chips coming in, and now Salty coming right up and through with the nade as well. May get this nade right over onto Finial. Right across the hand. It does not look like he's going to connect with Finial now. But let me see if I can get this bird's eye view so you guys can see the chaos that is happening as they are all trying to push up and in onto this beach side. So let me back this up just a little bit. Let's look at this on the iPad, guys. Alright, so now look at, we still have Pew Pew right here on the edge. So they've got all this beach wide open. And then we got Finial across the street, needs to come on down. We still have a couple of them from Parasite. 4 Angry Men. Dexter trying to push up and in onto Velocity. And we got Region 8 Gaming right there in that. Oh, look at that. Storm Zanty playing for Rain Esports right out there on that boat. He's got that waterfront. So now let's get back into the game, back into the action. What we all want to see. Salty as solo for to be announced. Still the only one that needs to really come in. We do have Dexter over here from 4 Angry Men and Wagon. Let's check in on what's going on with Wagon, because Wagon not only has Velocity in front of him, but look at this. You can see that Rain Esports is keeping an eye on him from that boat, and we've got Dexter both trying to come on in. Oh, Wagon sees Pew Pew right on the edge of the beach as well. So I'm not sure how Wagon's gonna move on in, because he is right on the edge of zone. He does not have to move just yet. So let's go ahead and show you that iPad from the top again. Give you an idea of what is happening before it all gets chaos. Wagon throwing those nades right up and in. And Nuxify trying to make sure that, ooh, he found Quack. Alright, so Nuxify knows it. Oh, Nuxify down to 2 HP. And I think that was shots from Rex. Rex was right there on that angle. And we still have Dexter. Dexter is still trying to work his way on it. Parasite now pushing right up and in onto Velocity. And Nuxify getting ready to throw those nades up and over. And now even Velocity is outside of zone. Zone is still a lot of water. And we still have Pew-Pews. They are still in zone. So I don't even really have to move the iPad to show the view again. We just have to pull everybody back in a little more. You can see that even Rain Esports out on that boat, sitting out on the water, just letting it all play out, is still in zone. Ghosty, your boy, is still in this zone. So now let's see. Let me put this iPad up there. Let me show you what's going on as they are all trying to push on and get a little closer into zone because this is chaos. Whoops. There we go. You can see that we are just really, there goes Parasite. So now we have 2 teams. It's almost like musical chairs. We got 2 teams outside of zone. A Nuxify over here with stars from Velocity needs to come on in. And so does Dexter for the 4 angry men. Dexter, ooh, Velocity. Right when we clicked on over, and we still have 5 teams in this region 8. Tupac here in the shot. Oh, Tupac knows that all of Pew Pew is right there, but we still have Zanty out at the boat. Look at this, Tupac trying to blow up the boat. Almost blew himself up, and I'm not even sure who was taking all those shots. But now everybody trying to find Zanty out there, and Zanty's just sitting out there eating his picnic basket. Alright guys, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. I'll stay here for just a second while I zoom this in just a little bit more. Give you guys, oh, Zanty, you should have stayed out there. You're still in zone. So now he's got all eyes on him. Let me go ahead and put this iPad up there. Look at this. Zanty is still making it, guys. We still have all 4 of the Pew-Pews, and they do have to move down onto this beach. The beach that I hate most in this whole wide world. That is your zone. These teams have to come in onto this beach. What a toxic zone. It does not get any more toxic than this, guys. But let's see how it all plays out. Tupac getting shadowed with that nade up and over. Let's see what's going on across that way. Zanty, they are all keeping an eye across onto you. Stay down, Zanty. Stay down. Keep your head down. You're still in zone. Alright, and I think all the Pew-Pews are gone. They had to move off that cliffside, guys, and that was a rough move for them. So now we are down to Region 8, Velocity, Rain Esports, and Parasite. Let me go ahead and show you that map one more time. There you go. Give you an idea of what is happening. We still... Ooh! Wagon got found by Home Depot over here. So let's see. Where was Home Depot? Looks like Region 8 starting to come up and around. So Home Depot coming right up and over, and look at C. I don't know what to call this guy over here, but C. Come here. There we go. My mouse is not having fun. And look at that. Region 8 driving right up and through and getting some of that tire squish on the hovercraft. Does the hovercraft even have tires? I have no idea. But 19 eliminations for Region 8 Gaming. 19 eliminations, 10 placement, 29 points for this very first match of tonight. Parasite coming in second with 2 eliminations. Rain Esports coming in third with 5 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Region 8 Home Depot, 8 eliminations, 1,247 damage. So when we come right back, we'll be jumping with Region 8 Home Depot. We may have scores, or it may be delayed, but I will get you these scores as soon as I can. But I will be right back. They're all pretty separated out. Gamma getting that knock up that hill, so let's go. Whoop whoop. Says Corey the billionaire. Alright, so I think he's gonna be able to get some of that loot, checking them around, making sure that it's all wide open space for him. And Scenaria's still right on over there. Let me show you where your team is, Corey. Your team is all the way over in El-Azhar. They're gonna have to come on out of there, and the 4 angry men are still coming up over here onto the Finest. The Finest not too far away, but the Finest are on a huge split. We got Jerry all the way to the north, Bad Fella to the south, and look at this. They are all coming right up over here onto Leo. Leo is completely surrounded by the 4 angry men. Look at Leo's spot in this position. He's got Dexter and Gamma coming right up on top of him, and look at that. Dexter is right there. Here comes Gamma. And I don't know if they know that Leo is here, but they're taking some shots because Mad and let's see, Mad is still down here in San Martin with Team 19. ZYX becoming a member. Thank you. Hello, welcome. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's see what else is happening. Oh, I see some chaos going on up here. You got people coming in, you got people leaving. This is Vespera going up and around right on over here towards Region 8 Gaming. Look at this. They are all coming right up and in onto this guy. This guy's trying to take those shots over onto Vespera on that backside. And I think I call you Sai. I don't know what else to call him, as he is coming right up and around. And Mad Scenaria and Mad are still in that fight down in San Martin. And look at Kind still right across the way. Gamma in the Finest. Gamma finds Leo. Leo was on that ridge line, and Gamma is able to find him. And now Sai gets found. And can he get coverage from the rest of Region 8 right on over here? Region 8 Gaming trying to cover for their team as Vespera came right up and in. Kind, now is your time to get on out of there. You can do it, Kind. Move on out, Kind. Move to the east and wrap down and around, because Home Depot is headed in your direction now. And they are still in that fight. They're still trying to get on over to pick him up. And we do have Kind over here. So we've got 3 teams. Oh, what a cheeky beat. And now Kind is over there. Kind is also taking those shots, but Kind gets found. Kind, I didn't see who found you. I'm sorry, Kind. Oh, look at that. It was Vespera. Vespera 4 or oxygen. It looks like they were right on over on this side, and they're able to get that elimination. But now Vespera coming in was all 4 of them down to just a duo. Let's check in on what 4 is doing right on this side. He is down to about 30 HP, so he's gonna have to try to figure out if he's gonna go on back, get his teammate picked back up, because we got Cloudy. Cloudy is coming right up and over that ridge line. Can Cloudy get Home Depot picked back up? Can they get their team back in here? We did lose Sai over here. Home Depot coming up on the other side. Tupac right on down in all of that as well. And now we have a bunch of fights going on. We've got Control with 4 Angry Men, Dark Esports with Vespera. Oh, it doesn't stop. Look at this as we are headed over towards that crater field area, guys. And everybody right on top of each other now. Let me go ahead and scroll that in just a little bit so you can see this. We'll stay here for just a second more as they are coming right up and in. And look at Home Depot. They are all pressuring right on top of Home Depot. Home Depot down to about 20 HP. Does take 4 out as they come right up and in, but they are all coming in from different directions. Region 8 Gaming down to just a duo now. It's trying to push up and in. We do have a couple of them knocked over here. Oh, and Cloudy. Cloudy is found, so now it is just down to Tupac. Tupac's going to have to figure out if he can get Vespera, if he's going to go ahead and rotate onto zone. And it looks like Malik taking that finish off right on over here. And I think Tupac's going to have to move on out. He does need to get closer to zone. But we are only in stage 2. Oh, that nade did not do any good for Tupac. That was not nice. To be announced in a fight. To be announced in a fight now. And I think that was Nexus Alliance. Let's head on over to Nexus Alliance. We lost Nova. And they are still peppering him as he is coming on down. Right into Parasite. Parasite is right on down below him. Wagon. Here they come. Can you see him? Yes, he can. Perfect situation to watch the rotation of Nexus Alliance going up to the El Pozo. The El Pozo Abbey. But here comes to be announced. We got Claus. Claus right up on this angle, trying to get those shots right on down in there as well. And our zone pops again, and they whip it back to the east side of it now. So let's see what's going on right over here with the 4 Angry Men. And where did your team go? Look at this. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, Region 8 Gaming, 29 total points for that one winner chicken dinner. 19 total eliminations and 10 placements to be announced with those 15 eliminations up to 16 total points. They got 1 placement points. Rain coming in third with 10, tied with Velocity. There are your scores. We are still loading them in, but they're saying we're getting ready to start. So I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see some of these scores. Shout out to LAG for stepping in to make sure that we had scores for tonight. And thank you, LAG. Alright, so let's see. Can you guys see both? Not really. Not really. But we have not moved on just yet. So let's go ahead and leave this on up here. It doesn't. Let me see how much time. We should be starting, but we've got somebody in that first row, and they are still kind of loading in a little slow. I think we got just about everyone in. It does look like Rain is still missing 1 player. and Dark Esports, but we've got Finial Chips up here. Let's see what's going on with Finial, because Finial is down here. We got an almost there player in the Finial slot, so let's see if we can get these players where they're supposed to be. We got almost there down here, blah, blah, blah. I think this is the academy team and this is the full team, so I'm not sure if he's supposed to even be in here. So there you go. That's all I know, guys. We do have Finial in slot 1. And now we got a Capitan. So I'll go ahead and put those scores back up there. Remember, if you guys want to dispute any of these scores, you just got to open a ticket over in the Region 8 Discord and get those scores fixed ASAP, because I think Region 8 is one of those ones that are pretty strict about if you don't do it right now, then you can forget about it. Alright, oh, they just started on me when I looked away for 2 seconds, so this time we are going to be jumping with Region 8 Home Depot. Eliminations 1,247 damage. This fragger was fragging. So let's get on in there, find Region 8 Gaming Home Depot, and start our second of 5 matches. This is the North America's Best Stars. Alright, let me get over here. Week 8 Winter Finals. Home Depot. Alright, got them on both maps, guys. There we go. And we are ready in 575 seconds. Just gives me plenty of time to drink some more water. Alright, here we go. Flight path number 2 of 5 tonight. We are coming in from Puerto Paraiso, just to the southern side of it, going over the top of Leones, just to the south of Picado, north of Monte Nuevo, just along that southeast edge of El Pozo, and dumping off to the south of the trailer park. So any AFKs will be free chicken nuggets, so we'll have to see what happens next. And here we go. Let me check in on what is happening down in that Puerto Paraiso area, because I do see a few teams hopping off. I see 3 teams right off the bat. It looks like we've got the finest Finial and Dark Esports are headed down to Puerto Paraiso area. But it does look like Finial. We've only got Chris jumping down there. The rest of Finial is all along these edges. So I think Finial, yeah, Finial Chris, he's like, whoops, changed directions. All right, so we've got Home Depot with Region 8 headed down towards that Partona area. We got almost there, and there's spots over near the eastern edge of Leones. We've got Equinox and the Infinity Reapers over in Las Leon for Angry Men, just to the north side of Partona. And ooh, Rain Esports already in a fight. We also have Parasite. Let me go check in on Parasite, find out what's happening over at the Abbey. For Chuma, Sarah, Wagon already taking some shots right in onto Wranglers of Zenith. Wagon with that Vector, and the Wranglers of Zenith, I see Rish on that outside, and Rish is not that far away. We also have Blaze right on over here. Rish playing peekaboo around this corner onto Wagon and Rex, and now Parapapa finds Wranglers of Zenith Blaze, and I'm not sure where Parapapa. Oh, where are you, Parapapa? Parapapa. Let's see, Parapapa. He's coming all the way up. So Rish, it is a 1v4 for you over here, but we also have Team Control 66666 not too far away as well. Rish Rish is now getting pulled up and in. Look at this. Rish trying to keep it, trying to get Eep out of the way. Vishal, OB, hello Vishal. Oh, and there goes Rish. So now, look at Scarface on his bicycle. Scarface, I wouldn't go over there if I was you, but it looks like Scarface is also going to push up on this. So we're going to watch this for just a second while Scarface tries to figure out what is going on with the rest of his team. And let's check in on what is happening with the rest of this. I do see that we might have some chaos going on down here on the bridge. Ooh, look at this. He's trying to get in and across that way. He is in bad shape, and you can't really see him because he is underneath, but let's go ahead and do it this way. He does have the 4 angry men right above him, and the immaculate esports, the taco just went on down. So now let's go ahead and go on back over here, and I will put that map back up there for you guys while I go and check and see what else is happening. I do think that Parasite may be looking for Wranglers of Zenith, but look at this. It does look like they're headed over towards team control. 666 was taking those shots. Let's see what's happening. As he knows that Parasite was taken on out of there, and now here comes the fight down at that Partona Bridge. I told you that they were swimming underneath it. And, Region 8, let's check in on the last match. Top fragger over here. As the 4 angry men are pulling right up and in. Home Depot is jelly, I'm pretty sure. Oh, peanut butter jelly time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know I love jelly. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Dexter. Dexter right across that way. He still has one of them he's got John Wick under the bridge, and Casper all the way down at the other one. Casper, whoa. There, I'm not sure. I think we should be able to stay a full 4-man team over here, but let's check in on Dexter's angle. Let's find out what is Dexter doing. Oh, Dexter is taken down and out, I believe. No, he's down to 1 HP. Look at this. He's gonna be able to get he's gonna be able to get that res off. But Home Depot goes up and finds John Wick right when we clicked off of him. Jelly. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jelly. Alright. I just need to figure out who is C. I'm tired of this name right here, Ghosty. Help me with this name over here. I don't know what to call him other than C. Alright, there goes Dexter. So we do have Jelly already. Our last match, top fragger, Home Depot. Up to 2 eliminations. There's only 1 player still remaining for the 4 angry men. And it is Casper. Whoa. So now Finial. Gamma versus Jerry. Let's find out what is going on over here. And was that Finial? Yes, it was. Let's find Finial. Where did they go, guys? Where did they go? I thought they were over here. Oh, they are over here. They're there. There they are. I thought I was on them. Let's see. So Gamma finds the finest. Oh, that was the finest. There it is. He found Jerry right up and over in Dark Esports. Oh, get out of there, Zen Jat right there, right in front of you. So now Dark Esports is down to just Core. Core has 2 eliminations over here, but he is still fighting 2 different teams, and the 2 different teams are starting to put the pinch play onto each other where Dark Esports just was. Gamma. He was able to get one of those eliminations over onto the finest right here. Jerry is back up though. So here they come on this push. You can see him right here. Gamma coming right up and around Jerry, getting ready to take those shots. Oh, Gamma on that jump shot. Now here they come right up and over. And I think that is it for Finial. No, we still have another one for Finial. Chris, what are you gonna do over here? You are now a solo against a trio and another solo. So you still have 2 teams over here in Puerto Parisio with you. So while we keep an eye on that, let me check in on my map, make sure we are not missing anything. I do see that the Infinity Reapers are coming up pretty close onto Equinox, right in that center-ish zone of Los Leon. I'll go ahead and put the map screen up there, give you guys an idea where your teams might be, because our zone is getting ready to pop. We have 8 seconds left. So we can keep an eye on this because it's kind of quiet over here in Puerto Parisio. And there goes our zone. It shifted all the way to the west. So all these teams here in Puerto Parisio do have to move on out. So let's go ahead and check in on where else our fights may be. There we go. Equinox and the Infinity Reapers. I did see that one starting. Alright, let's see what's happening right over here. We have Rags trying to get those shots right up and over. And, ooh, Equinox finding them. So now we are down to just a solo for the Infinity Reapers. All 4 of them from Equinox. Look at that. They're all running right in front of him. And he's over here just boosting. Oh, the jump shot. Alright, guys, let's see what else is going on. I just missed that, but we do have almost there down in the area of the 4 angry men. 7 deadly sins versus Pew Pew as well. So now, let me see if I can figure out where that is going on. I feel like that is, yes, that is all the way to the north side. Let me check in on what is happening. I'll go ahead and do a side by side so that we don't miss any of these fights. Give you an idea of what's happening. I think we can go ahead and put this map screen up there really quickly, show you where everybody is. There you go. Give you an idea because we still have 16 teams in this, and it does look like everybody's getting ready to rotate. So now let me see. It looks like to be announced is coming right up onto Team Control Star with Velocity coming right up and in. The region 8 with the Arabic letters is Melee. Melee. Alright, gotcha. Thank you, Ghosty. And we're Zenith. Oh, they get into the fight as soon as we got off of that. Let's see if we can. Oh, no. 7 deadly sins. Let's see what's going on with you over here. 7 deadly sins. What happened? Kill. Not again. An Equinox. You can see that Equinox is paying attention. In fact, I don't think they're going to be able to get him picked back up. And now it's just down to Nate. Nate is coming right up and in right in front of him. So now Claus gets taken down. And to be announced is just down to Salty over here. So now let's go ahead and get this back over here onto the main screen. See if we can find out what's going on. It looks like everybody's getting ready to get everybody picked back up. 6666666. Let's check in on you, Shen. You, Shen, trying to get those shots over, and Skittles coming right up and around into Salty on the other side. Salty right there on that back side of the hill. And now Skittles getting that nade out, and you can see the nades coming right up and over the top of him. And there goes Star right in front of him. Skittles getting that nade over onto Star as he is trying to get the nades over onto Salty and Blaze. Both of them pushing up on that backside as the rest of his team, 6666, is the last one to get picked back up. And I think Skittles, none of those nades getting any dirt or any of those. But now we do have Team 17 coming up right in behind. You can see that we've got Rain Esports all the way to the north. And Yushen gets found by Rain Esports. So now Team Control Star down to just Skittles. Skittles coming right up and over, finds the judge, but Sharice from Rain Esports is able to get them in the back. And now let's see where's Mad Esports. There we go. Mad Mille has been knocked over here, but they are right here between. Ooh, look at that, Nate. I was just getting ready to say 7 deadly skins. Since he's able to get that knock, we've got Noob up at the top. We've got Equinox coming in. And we've got the Pew Pews right over here as well. So let me check in on Noobie. Noob, what's going on with you over here? As you do have all of them right on this backside. So now let me, while we watch that, let me scroll in on this map over on the other side. Look at that Molly right up and over on the Boops. Boops popping right up and over. So now let's go. I think he was able to find Boops. We got Potato on that backside. So now they're still coming up and over Mad Esports. And we see the nades. Nades are flying. You can see them over onto this side. And there goes Millie. We still have this fight over here with the other teams on this far eastern edge. So now let me go ahead and put this map screen up there. Give you guys an idea. If your team is still in this, you can see that we are all the way over on this eastern side of the new zone, and our zone's getting ready to pop in 16-second. Rain Esports in a fight with Salty over on the other side. Let's hop on over to Rain Esports. Rain coming in with 7 eliminations, and they've got 3 teams right on over here next to them. So we just lost the team over here, but we still have Almost There and Velocity. And let's go. To be announced is just pulled away from all of this, and we still have the fight with Mad Esports with Equinox over on that other side. And look at this, they are all getting taken out by the play zone. Only Mad Techie Boy was able to get on out of there. Newbie, I'm sorry. So now let's see. It looks like they're gonna be driving right up and in onto Pew. And all these teams going out, and we're only in stage 4. So we gotta push these teams faster to make sure that they get into the zone. And look at that, Techie Boy was able to go all the way down and around Pew right up in that compound, just to the north side of where Techie was. Techie, you gotta be careful. Oh, a little more careful than that, just a little bit. All right, so now let's see. It looks like we still have Rain over here next to Almost There. We've got Velocity not too far away from Home Depot and Region 8 Gaming. So let me get on over here. And let's get into this, because they came up right behind Velocity. Velocity, I think, is down to just a solo now. Silent is the last one. The C-Swap by Home Depot. Alright, and I think that is it for Velocity. Region 8 Gaming up to 7 eliminations. And now let's see. We still have Rain Esports really close to Almost There. We might have a fight there. We have the Finest that need to come in, and they might come right on in over here onto Parasite. So we got to keep an eye on this side, because I feel like we might have a fight there. And we still have Pew Pew that needs to come in as well, and our zone should be popping fairly soon. It does look like Home Depot is getting ready to push up, do some scouting. So let's see, telling her who the players are, Mohammed. I don't pay attention too much to make sure. Tell me what you meant. Yeah, Mohammed just wants to help, guys. He just trying to help. Alright, so let's see. What is going on with Cloudy? It looks like Cloudy's a little busy over here with Almost There. And we got 3 teams over here. We've got Almost There, Region 8, and Rain. Rain at that far west Rain Esports down to the southwest, and then we've got home almost there in the zone. So it looks like Blaze is still getting some knocks for look at this. Blaze's center zone still getting knocks for to be announced. So now let's go ahead and stay over in here. Oh, Home Depot! Home Depot just got knocked right up over here. So now let's see if we can get it picked back up. It was by Rain Esports across the way. And Charis and the Random are the last two still standing over here. Let's see if we can get these teams picked back up before they get pushed up on by a Region 8. Charis getting that nade right out and over. But he's got almost there coming up right behind him as well. Home Depot all the way across that backside. Charis trying to stay out of those nades as the nades are coming right up and over. We got Random knocking hooks. What the heck? There goes one of them from a Region 8 over here. Let's see right here, he's down. I think they said that is Melee. Home Depot is the last one still standing for Region 8 Gaming as he is heading down to the south, getting away from this third party. But we do have this Chaos from almost there coming right up and in, also trying to get some of these, trying to get some of this third party. 11 being bold and coming right up and in, trying to stick his nose in there. I see you, 11. I see you. All right, so now we still have, let's see what's going on up here. Rain Esports. Let's check in on Hooks over here. Hooks, I think, was just that nade by Zante. Zante throwing nades right up and over. Rain Esports is up to 9 eliminations as we got almost there. Almost there, 11, about ready to breach the top of this hill, coming right up and over. Hooks getting ready to drive right on into him. Zante does get found by almost there, so now we are down to just a duel for Rain Esports, still over here on this western edge of the zone. And now it's Rain Esports versus almost there, and I feel like I saw another team. Yes, Parasite also came right up and in onto the backside of this, and we've got Immaculate Esports and PUBGM not too far away from all of this as well. And so now almost they're turning their attention down onto Parasite, and Parasite now is down to just Rex, and Rex is coming right up and over onto Home Depot. Home Depot right on down below, but he gets found by almost there as he is chasing down Region 8. All these teams right on top of each other. No place for these teams to go because, you know, there's only so much. Decided they all wanted to play over on this western edge. Oh, there you go. We're down to the top 5 teams of this Miramar match. So now let's check in on what's happening. We still have to be announced in here. We still have PUBGM almost there. Rain Esports and Region 8, so we still have a solo from Region 8, but I feel like Region 8 is he might be getting hunted down by almost there, just above him. So now let me go ahead and put that up there. You can see that our zone number 6 is a perfect donut zone going to that central area to the southeast side of Chumacera. So up on those hills, up by the tankers, up by Home Depot, still trying to get those shots across the way onto 11. He's got, oh, look at that, every top of the bridge line right in front of him has the player straight across, and Wolf getting that. And now look at this, Blaze needs to come on in, and he's also all the way over onto the southeast side, the very quiet side. He's got all this room to move up and in, and now they're all kind of crushing in to Chumacera, except for almost there. Blaze is going to come right up and in onto 3 teams in this Chumacera edge. Oh, he's going to drive right under, almost there. Blaze is ready for it, though. He is already looking up that hill line. He knew that almost there. We're still up on that ridge line, so he's just going to go ahead and hang on out in this compound. He's got all these teams right there in front of him. So now let's see what's going on over here with a Pew Pew. I like the name. Alright, so we do have almost there, and we also have Rain right on top of each other. You can see up in your upper right hand corner of the mini map, you can see in purple we've got Parasite, or Pew Pew, sorry guys, Pew Pew almost there in that light gray, and then Rain Esports in the green. So they are the top 4 teams, as well as to be announced Blaze. And it looks like Blaze is pretty close. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. Blaze is in a great spot, and I think they're just going to go ahead and give Blaze a little bit of extra room. I'm not sure what's going to happen on down in that area, but there you go. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what else is happening. Look at this. Almost there, making a wraparound around Blaze, and I think he knows that they're right on over there. Let's go on up the hill, checking on some Angel at the top of the hill. Some Sage. If we can click on over. Come on, click. Nope, we're not going to be able to click. Nope, nope. Hello, Troy Hagen. Hello, Troy. Welcome. Welcome on in. Alright, so now let me check in on what Wiz is doing. What are you paying attention to over here, Wiz? Oh, you're trying to figure out where Rain Esports is, aren't you? Alright, so it's very quiet at the moment. I'll go ahead and put that map back up there because we are another donut zone, and we are still on that southeast side up on that ridge line of the tankers of Chumacera. So this is still in zone. No, he does have to move into zone just a little bit. He's got to go up towards those crates at the top. So he does have to move on in. But, oh, 11. I feel like 11 right on over here. So did the audio cut out? I certainly hope not. It's going on my screen just fine. I hope so. Hope it's still going. Yes, let her check it. Why did it cut out? What? Alright, so I still hear everything, guys. I hear it just fine. Let me go ahead and... You sure it cut out? I don't have any... I don't have anything saying that it cut out, so let me see. I'm also good, thank you. It's back. Oh, it's back right when I said that. Alright, so let me get back into the match, guys. You guys are giving me anxiety. Alright, let me get on in there. Come on. Come on. Alright, guys, let's get back into this match. They're telling me they can't hear, and then all of a sudden it's back. How dare you? I'm kidding. Alright, so now we are down to the top 3 teams. Let's see who we missed while I was messing around with that. It looks like we lost Charisse. So now, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Not Charisse. I think that... Was it Charisse? I don't even remember now, guys. But we still have Pew Pew almost there and to be announced. So now, let's go up and check in on what Wiz is doing. What's she doing right up over here? So I'm going to go ahead and try to get you a sky view of what is happening. We do have a lot of layers on this. So we've got... uphills, we've got even further uphill, we've got the tankers, we got the roofs, and let me go ahead and give you guys an idea from that iPad perspective just how many layers we have. We got all 4 of them from almost there up along this ridge line. Downhill we have to be announced, and then we've got the trio from Pew Pew on that ridge line. So that gives you an idea just how much chaos is going on for these different layers. And it does look like Blaze has decent idea of where they all are, and they're just trying to take some of those shots across. That should give you an idea what is happening. I'll go ahead and put that map back up to show you where our next zone is as we go ahead and head right on back on in. So now let's go ahead over. Let's check in on Shadow. See what Shadow is doing. Looks like Shadow's trying to figure out where Blaze is. Oh, I thought he was knocked. Yeah, no one wants to get a knock just now. I'm not sure if any of them are watching the stream to know that we are in a 1v3v4. And look at that. Shadow is able to get down off this ridgeline and come in. So now Blaze, they are watching you like a hawk. And we still have all 4 of them right up over here from almost there. They are straight uphill. They are also in zone. If you look up in your mini map, you can see that all 4 of them are right up on top of this. Ooh, look at that. Wolf does get found, and I think that was across the way by Sage. Now here comes the nades up and over by Pew Pew. Pew Pew right on down below, throwing those nades right up and over. We did get a knock over onto Wolf right across the way, and now one of them does get taken down by Blaze. Blaze coming up and in. As these 2 teams get into the fight, Blaze starts picking them off from this other side. We got Angels coming right up and in, and Shadow not too far away as well. They are all throwing those nades right up and over, and we still have Blaze coming right up and in onto this as well. Let me move on in with the iPad, get you a little better. And now it is Shadow and Blaze versus the trio from almost there. Coming right up and around. And now it is just up to Blaze. Blaze is the last one. Still standing against all of them. From almost there. Blaze up to 2 eliminations. Is he going to finish off 11? Or is 11 going to be able to put the stop to this? And here comes the nades out and around. Both of them throwing right up on this ridgeline. And 11 on to Blaze. Almost there. Coming in first with 9 eliminations. Coming in second to be announced with 6 eliminations. And Pew Pew coming in third with 3 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18. Going all out. Oh, let's go over to the other side. And going all out, we have got Region 8. Is that what that says? It does. It's Jelly again. Region 8, Home Depot. 5 eliminations, 1,100 damage. It is peanut butter jelly time. Oh, yeah. Let's go, boys. So when we come right back, we are going to be jumping with Region 8 and Home Depot. I should have some scores for us, and I will be right back for our Rondo match. This is the North America's Best Stars. Be right back. This Corey, your team is coming on down pretty close to the airdrop. I'm not sure if they see it. We still have Vespera coming out of Toramunda, and we've got Vitality Pros coming on in. Hello, Passion there coming in as a as the Demolition Derby. Demolition Derby coming on through. All right, so let's go. Let's go ahead and scroll on in. Figure out where we want to go next. I think I can put the screen back up there, give you guys an idea where your teams might be. We still have 14 teams in this, and look at to be announced taking over this whole western edge. They still have Nexus Alliance coming in and Parasite. Parasite is still down in El Pozo, watching that. I'm watching over the Abbey. I was like, are we stuck in a mountain? Alright, hello code. Hello code. And I'm not sure what we're doing over here. I'm not sure if we're AFK or we're just waiting it out to see where the next zone is gonna pop. Maybe they're just trying to get some of that geared, and there goes the rotation from Nexus Alliance. Para Papa Papa. What a name. Papa Papa. Ooh, Silencer now in a fight. Where's that fight going on? You ask. Right on over here. Corey the Billionaire. They're looking right across the way onto Apex Esports Pros. And the Silence this time came in as a full squad, and they're coming now up onto the Vitality Pros. The Vitality Pros came up and into zone from that far eastern edge all the way over here towards the power grid. To be announced is able to get some of those shots over onto Parasite. Parasite coming in from that western edge as well. And look at Team Control. Team Control, we got JPK, the king of the hill, right on over here, getting those shots right on down onto the top of the Silence. The Silence right on down below him. But we got Team 6, the Ice Elves, coming up behind JPK. So let me check in on what is Scarlet doing over here. Ooh, Scarlet's looking right on down on top of the 4 Angry Men and sees Blaze across the way, taking those shots over at Blaze with the bunny backpack. Got some feet up in the air on that bunny backpack. Let's check over on Blaze. See what Blaze is watching. Blaze. Ooh. JPK can see you, Blaze. Oh, JPK doesn't miss Blaze. Blaze went to get that boost off, and JPK is not missing his shots, guys. Look at that. Single tapping Blaze right on across the way. Look at that. He's trying to blow up the buggy now. Alright, so we got some chaos right on over here. So let's see what else is happening. And look at this, to be announced, still in the fight with Parasite trying to come on in. Let me check on Corey, the Billionaires team. We are down to just a duo that was across from all of that, where we watched Control over there with to be announced. And the 4 Angry Men, and now it looks like we're gonna run right up and in onto the Vitality Pros. Wiggs trying to keep his back clear, but here comes the wobble van right up and over underneath the Vitality Pros. The Vitality Pros are right there in front of them. Claws finding Vespira trying to come right up and in. Malik, the last one's still standing. The last one's still standing for Vespira, and here they come right up and over the top, and Claude is shutting that right on. Oh, Salty took that right on down. Claude's trying to get that tire squished, and I do see that right below them. We got the 4 Ronins. Pew Pew. Hello, Pew Pew. Alright, so Pew Pew's paying attention to Dark Esports, and our top fragger of the last match does get knocked right up over here. So let's see if we can get him picked back up. I do see that we got the 4 Ronins behind him. We got Team 20 Mad Esports all right in front of them as well. So we do get the top fragger of the last match picked back up. We also have Team 6, the Ice Elves, to the west of them, right on down below. So let's see, what else is he doing? Looks like maybe he was farming that airdrop, or maybe it was Mad Esports. I didn't catch who got the knock, but they did get the full headshot over on him. Oh, Claus Claus. Mino Claus. He's like, I'm MVP. He's coming right up and over that top. So now let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on Noob. Hello, Noob. You do have the finest coming up. Not too far away. Our next zone is getting ready to pop. Let's see where we're going. We still have 10 teams in this. You can see with that we got the Dark Esports, 4 Ronin to be announced off this northern side, and then the southern side we got some chaos going on. Well, it's not a bad zone. Not many of these teams really have to shift, but let me go back on over to oops. Corey, call your insurance agency, Corey the billionaire. You need to get you better. A little better insurances. Look at this. There goes Nexus Alliance driving right on by. Let's see what is happening. Are you gonna check to see if there's anybody in that vehicle? Nope. Oh, Corey. I love catching things like that on stream. I loves it. Alright, so we do have the silence coming right up and in Empethor and Vegas. What is going on? What happened to Bappy Zawa? Oh, the Empethor. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Region 8 Gaming coming in first with 41 total points to be announced. Second with 28 total points. Rain Esports at 24. Almost there at 23. Second through fourth right on top of each other. This time, one more time. Second time in a row. We're going to be jumping with Region 8. Home Depot. He had 5 eliminations. 1,111 damage. And we are headed into Rondo. I will do my best to try to keep up with your teams, guys. But you know, Rondo is exceptionally hard to keep track of where your players are, so I'll try to keep a couple of the teams and the fights on the screen at all times for you. Try to switch over to that map for you as much as possible until I try to get a really good system for Rondo. You guys are just insane on Rondo. Whew. Welcome back, everyone. We are headed into match 3 of 5. This is the North America's Best Stars. This is Winter Finals, week number 8 already. 8 weeks into this. Alright, so it looks like we still have, there we go. They just started the countdown. And let's go ahead and put that map up there. Give you an idea of where your teams are going. We already know that we're going to have some teams in the NEX factory over at the temples, maybe at Mayron. We'll see where they're all going to drop. But those are the 3 places I assume are going to be the craziest. We got a double flight path coming in. The first one coming in from that very far north. A little shifted to the east. Headed down to that southeast. So, and we also have the very far northwest headed straight into Jadina City. So there are your chaos flights of this Rondo match. Because Rondo isn't chaotic enough, let's throw in an extra flight path as well. Why not? Why not? They say. It'll be fun. Alright, so let's see what's going on with the stadium. It looks like Velocity and almost there. It might be heading to the stadium. And look at the huge cluster heading down to Yulin for the for the temple. So let's go ahead and get on over to one of these teams headed to the temples. And let me get the other team right up and over here. See where Home Depot is headed. Let's go. So let's see what's happening. Where are we headed? And it does not look like he's got many people coming with him over here. So let's go ahead and head over to this test track. We're just going to go ahead and click on anyone we can, and I'll try to keep switching around. We're on the finest over here. Just checking on the bad fella. Oh, he's way over at the recall. So now we got the 4 angry men up at the temples. The 4 angry men. The 7 deadly sins. Hello, Gil. Hello, you're over here with the finest and Finial. Almost Finial. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call him. Alright, there you go. So I'll give you an idea of what is happening over at the temples. And we also have this chaos that's going on over at the NABS factory. We're over here on Sage. We're at you. Oh, we got Equinox Boops. Look at this from Boop's perspective. There you go. Now you can see what's going on over here at the factory. So Mad Esports. We also have Immaculate over here, and 4 teams at the that was Dexter. Let me get on over to John Wick and Dexter, see what's going on over here. Looks like they might be fighting with the finest, and so we are starting to clear them out over here at the temples. So now let's see. We still have the 4 angry men up on top of the ridge line, and we've got, oh, there goes 4 a.m. Dexter. So Equinox down to on the other side. We still have, I keep wanting to say almost there. It is Finial over here with Chips. So now let's see. Where is Chips? I think Chips is in a secret position. Yes, he is. He's up on that balcony. Go. Jelly is just goated. Yes, he is. He's always been goated. Alright, let's get on over to a Mad Noob. Find out what Newbie is doing. Checking on both of these teams. Oh! Chips! Right there. And so now Gil is the last one still standing over here for the 7 deadly sins, as Chips just peeks right up and over, and now they're almost there. Let's see, with Finial is down to about 5 HP. John Wick, are you the last one still standing over here? You think he is versus all of them from Finial still coming up and what is happening over at the NABS factory? It does look like Noob is getting pulled up by Immaculate. So we'll stay here with Noob for just a second. And we'll keep an eye on John Wick. You can see that John Wick is getting surrounded by Finial. He's got Finial on 3 different angles over here. Jelly just goated. Jelly the goat. Alright. Looks like Noob's trying to get some of those shots right on through in that NABS factory. He is still getting pushed up on. And Mad Balak going down. So now it is just up to Noob over here. I do think that the other one is over at the recall center. So I see another fight going off in the Immaculate that's still scrolling. It's still scrolling from the beginning of the drops. Alright, so let's go. Let's find out what else is happening. So I see that we got some fights right up in here. Let's see what's happening between almost there and the Infinity Reapers. Is coming right up in there. And let me see what else is going on. I don't want to miss any fights, guys, but it's gotten really quiet. It does look like we've got Velocity coming up and around over by the racetrack. And let's see what else is happening. We still have that fight going on. So right now, I think it's a good time for me to put this map back up there. We can finally slow down just a little bit. The fights are starting to relax just a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put this map screen up there for you guys. As almost there are coming right up and in onto the Infinity Reapers. There's one still standing, and he is down to about 5 HP on that backside. It's Bob over here. And he goes down to 11. So now it looks like we just got 3 of them back from the Infinity Reapers, and so we're gonna have to call him back soon. So let me go ahead and put this map screen back up there, give you guys an idea of what is going on. I feel like we may have a fight between Team Control Star and to be announced. They're coming up and around, but Team Control Star was right there in the EMP zone. You can see that their neighbors now are salty. And right on down here, pew pew, pew pew, hello pew pew. You're getting ready to get into a fight with Parasite. Parasite coming right up and over by the pew pew. So we also have another fight going off. I did miss it, but I think it said the Wranglers of Zenith. I'll try to figure out where they are, guys. Just give me a second, because it is just way too hard to figure out where everyone is on this map. No, I give up. I give up. Alright, so now let's see. It does look like we missed that 7 deadly sins also in a fight again. Let's see, where's all this going on? Oh, the Wranglers of Zenith, they are up in the NABS factory. So Blaze is coming down and away from Region 8 Gaming. I found Region 8 Gaming finally. Let me find Home Depot. Home Depot. See, he's just kind of hanging on out. He's not too worried about it, but we do have 2 of them from Region 8 Gaming pushing right up and in to the NABS factory. Rain Esports and the 7 deadly sins now in a fight. Let me see if I can figure. Oh, Cloudy! Cloudy ran into Tupac's. Tupac's nade. Tupac. Communication. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Scarface right on over here. Scarface was knocked, so now we gotta get Rish, get him over there to get everybody picked back up. And we are so far out of zone. Look at this. So now they are all starting to come on in. Let's go on over here and find out what is happening with Rain. And we got Gil. Gil, I see you over here. So Gil does have Rain Esports coming right up and around. Ooh, Gil just getting out of there just in time. And now Rain's still coming up and around. All of them from the Rain. Ooh! Gil is able to get that knock on the Sharice, but then Gil gets taken off. But now we got Slayer. Slayer is the last one still standing for the 7 deadly sins. If Rain Esports takes out Slayer, oh, and there they go. Rain Esports up to 4 eliminations. All right, guys, let's go. Let me put this map back up there. You guys might have better luck trying to figure out where your teams are than I do, but let me know if there's a team you want me to try to find, and I'll do the best I can. But it is like they are here, and now they are no longer here, like Noob is now going to be somewhere else on this map. Look at this. We still have the Immaculate all the way up by Rayanne, north of Bamboo. We still have the Infinity Reapers over here. We have Velocity over at the stadium. We've got 3 teams over by the test track, NABS factory. All those teams that I just mentioned are outside of the zone. And here we go. Dexter driving right on through Rain Esports, almost right into the cherry blossoms. So let's see. Sakura is safe for the moment. So now let's see what's going on right here. Center zone. Look at all the teams. We've got Region 8 Gaming. We've got the 4 Angry Men to be announced. Claus. We gotta talk. He is just being way too shy. Alright, so pew pew. So that does look like, oh, we got another fight going on over here as well. So we need to figure out where that fight is going. These teams are outside of zone. They do need to come on in. So hopefully, no, these teams to be announced are center ish zone, but we still got all these teams that are way up and out of zone. It's almost stage 3. Look at this. Now the zone is really going to hurt. We're going to start losing teams just to the play zone now. So you can see that Rain Esports coming in from that south, from the blue. And we got Velocity coming in, the Infinity Reapers, the Immaculate Esports. We've got 4 Angry Men. They are all still coming into zone. And now, look at that. We got Pew right there in that center zone in a fight. So now, let me see if I can find the Pews. Pews, because I just saw them in a fight. I saw Shadow getting a knock, but that could have been 5 minutes ago because these guys are non-stop over here. And we do have Equinox coming up and around that northern side of them. Let me go check in on here come the judge, because see, he's got all of them from Region 8 Gaming coming right up and in onto him. And he's also got Team 16, Team Control Star, not that far away. We are Wranglers of Zenith. Oh, he was trying to get you. He was trying to get you. And now you got to be careful going to that north side, because right up on top of that hill is almost there. And they're right in front of you, judges. You can see him right there. Oh, look at this. He's just going to get right into that convoy and follow right on behind. Oh, and judges gets taken on out. So now we're just down to Salty over here. Salty is the last one still standing for to be announced. So now let's see what else is happening. We still have teams that are coming in from the blue to get into this zone. We do have Rain pulling up and in. We've got Finial in the zone. And let's get on over. What, oh, is somebody coming up onto you? Yes, they are. So we'll stay here for just a second. See what Salty can do. Because he's got not only Velocity coming up and in, but he's got almost there on the other side as well. Almost there. And the Pew Pews right behind him, as well as the 4 Angry Men. And let's go. Salty does get a knock, but almost there, finishing them off. Zone Blessed Parasite. There we go. 6-4. 6-4. Look at this. You got all your team right on down in there. 6-4. And we still have Velocity over here. Casper trying to get those shots up onto Velocity, as Velocity are in a fight with almost there. You can see 11 right behind that tree. Let's check in on 11. 11 getting ready to throw those nades. Wolf getting one of them from Velocity with the nade. And now Team Control also in a fight with Region 8 on the other side. Region 8C going down to 6-6-6-6-6. So now 11 does get a knock over on the 1. Look at this. He also gets a Nuxify, and he's following it up with the Molly. We still have the 4 Angry Men coming in. Look at your mini map up above. And we also have Team 14 Equinox also trying to get in onto this. And Team 12 across the way. Here comes Team 12. So now almost there, getting ready to move on out, because here comes all 4 of them from the 4 Angry Men. Wolf right up on top. Wolf watching from his rearview mirror, as almost there pushes right up and in, as well as Immaculate. So now look at this. Wolf trying to get on out of there. He's one sliver of health. Look at his health, guys. He's trying to get out of the way of the 4 Angry Men. And now you can see that the Infinity Reapers, a lot of these teams are starting cloudy. All these teams are starting to go out to the blue zone. You cannot be out in the blue zone in Rondo, because Rondo just makes you disappear. The blue zone always the top fragger of Rondo. Alright, now let's see what else is happening. We still have all this chaos going on over here. Let me check on Paradise for 6-4. 6-4 in my chat. Wagon, what you doing, Wagon? You do have all of Rain Esports and the Finest are coming up right on the other side. So you got two teams right to your east, Wagon. You guys, let's see what's going on as the Finest are trying to come right up and in, and they're coming right up and in onto Pew Pew. And Pew Pew has Equinox on one side, and look at this, Rain Esports coming up right behind him. Charis getting those shots from all the way across, and now, okay, trying to come right up and through, right onto the Pew Pew. Pew Pew, watch out, Pew Pew. So now, Pew Pew's up to 6 eliminations, but we still have all these teams coming right up and in. We still have Parasite down at the southern side, and Team Control Star over here in trouble. So now Skittles and 6666666 over here with the Finial right on over here. And let's see what's going on. I think we're down to just a solo over here. The Almost There Academy trying to get his teammate picked back up as we got Deems pushing right on this edge of zone. Look at this Skittle up in the Sakura. So now let's see. Can he see up that ridge line? As he's also got 6666 coming up on the other side. He's got the mollies, he's got the nades. He's gonna try to get his teammates picked back up. And where is Star? Star's been knocked. Who is that right over there then? Let me see. There it is. Skittles. No, it's not Skittles. So let's get him back in there. I'm not sure who is on the other side. Finial Chips is down. So now we're down to just a solo. Trying to get those shots right up and over. And there he goes. Out to 66666. And we also have Paradise Wagon coming right up and in now. So we did shift. And we still have 9 teams in this. We still have Velocity over here with Immaculate Esports. We have Almost There coming in. The Infinity Reapers, Equinox, Pew Pews. We have Rain Esports and Team Control Star outside of zone. Equinox in a fight with Parasite. Tippa going down. So now look at this. Came right up and in, trying to get those shots over onto Rags from the Infinity Reapers. We got Wagon on that screen. And then we got to check in on the Para. Papa. Alright, on the other side of the zone, we got to fight again. We got over here, we got Team Control Star coming up right between Rain Esports, right on top of Almost There. Yushen trying to get those shots up and over. I hear the emergency covers coming on down on top of everything. Let me check uphill just a little bit. Almost There. Down to just a solo player. Just trying to survive the day, guys. Just trying to survive the day. Let's go ahead and scroll all the way in. These are the two teams that are right on top of each other. Almost There. Gonna end up wrapping up and around. And may end up right on top of the Immaculate Esports. And I don't think anybody saw Almost There whiz, but they are right here on top of them. 66666 is driving right up and around. He should be able to see him from here. Look at this. Wiz just trying to stay out of the way, and I'm not sure 66666 saw him over onto that side. Look at those 6 coming right up and over. Maybe 6 knows. Maybe he knows that he's right on down there. He's gonna go ahead and take that. Oh! He was gonna take the yellow beetle, and he gets found. So now 66666 up to 5 eliminations, coming right up and around over onto Almost There. Wiz and Star comes up and over that side, able to get him taken right on out of there. So now we are down to the top 7 teams. Parasite, we got Infinity Reapers, we got Team Control coming up and in onto Immortal. Immortal. Let me check in on. We got a mango over here. No more tacos. We are up to the mangoes now. So now let's see what's going to happen as mango comes right up and over onto team control star. 66666 trying to get those shots across the top of this ridge line. And it looks like Mango trying to get those shots, and now both of them coming right up and along this side. Rizzy right on over here trying to get some, trying to hold them off in the parking lot. We got the whole set. We got a whole set right on over here. Now it is just down to Chino. Chino's able to get one or two of them knocked, but that is it. So now we're going to be able to get our teammates picked back up for team control start. And we are now over onto Equinox Boops. Look at Potato. Potato up to 7 eliminations. Now that's the kind of potato I want to be. Alright, let's see. We still have the pew-pews that need to come on in. It looks like Rain Esports taking over this whole western edge. We have team control star at the north. All this eastern side belonging to Parasite. And then we got Equinox in the only compound I really see. They do have a big compound here if they can just hold it off. So let's check in on the pew-pews because they do have a bit of a compound over here. But they are just barely outside of zone. So they're going to try to get those shots all the way across onto Wagon Parasite. Alright, we'll go ahead and leave that here for just a second. I'm going to scroll on in and give you guys a nice map view while we just kind of pop around to see what we can see from the different angles. Let's go ahead and head up that hill. Let's see what's going on from the top of the hill. You can see that Skittles right here on that edge. You can see all the tags down below. So they're coming in from this top side, but they will now have Rain Esports over to that western edge. Ooh, Wagon! Skittles has an eyeball right down on top of you. So you got to keep your head down, Wagon. Oh, he's going to wrap around. He's going to wrap around. He may be able to see your back from over here. He can see most of Parasite from across this side. So be careful, Wagon. Alright, let's see what's going on with Rain Esports. Hello, Sharist, big fan. I don't care if you told me never to say that again. Ha 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 ha. Let's go down to Angel, see what Angel is doing. It looks like Angel's going to go ahead and move on out in the gorgeous masterpiece. Not too far away. It says Equinox. Now watch out. Is the last one still standing for the pew-pews? And let's see what's going on. Skittle, I feel like, is still trying to search for you, Wagon. He is still right up on top of you. Right when we just got off of Pew Pew, he was found by that nade. And so now look at this. I think Skittles was able to find one of them from Parasite. But now they have to move. So our zone does pop again. And it goes down over towards that Equinox Rain Esports area. So most of Team Control Star have to come on down and in, as well as Parasite. So now, there we go. Let me, while you do that, I'm going to see if I can get a good sky view for you guys to get an idea of this chaos of uphill both ways. So now, let's see how many of these teams I can actually get on in here for you. And I think I can get most of these teams, so this gives you an idea of what I'm talking about with all these hills. So right over here you've got Team Control Star at the top of the hill. Downhill from that is Parasite, but at the top of the next hill over you got Rain Esports right on top of Equinox. Equinox has this whole compound, and now Paradise has to decide what they're gonna do. Equinox has one player per house, and so I think Parasite can take over at least one of those buildings if they can get out from under the view of Team Control. So we'll have to see how this plays out, guys. because it's anybody's guess who's going to move first, because we do have to move. Team Control Star has to come down a little bit off this hill. Ooh, 666 finds Para, Papa. And now look at this wagon. And Roxy does move right up and over. He does try to get in there, but Team Control from the top of that hill. So now let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. We still have Rain Esports coming up and over as well. So they may be a spoiler over onto Team Control Star and take over this ridge line from Team Control Star. Yes, they are. Here they come. Straight on down from the top of that. And so now here comes the emergency cover sticks. You can see him getting ready to throw those on out. And now the fight between Team Control Star and Rain Esports, because Rain Esports also had to come on down and in, and Xanty gets taken down and out. We still have 4 teams in this because we still have a player, Wagon from Parasite. He is still in this over here next to Equinox. Equinox is pushing up and in, so Wagon may be able to get some of those shots. Oh, right when I said that, he does get found by Team Control Star. So Rain Esports needs to push down onto Team Control Star, because Team Control Star still dominating at this moment. They're up to 15 eliminations, and Parasite, look at this, or not Parasite, Equinox is still right on over there, and Team Control Star is in zone where Rain Esports needs to push down in on top of them. They needed to move just a little bit faster for me, guys, just for me. Let's get on over to Equinox's Potato, pushing right up and in. Potato up to 7 eliminations. And oh, Sharice is down. He gets found by Skittles, and Skittles is now taking those shots up on top of those hills. So now let's go ahead and move on over. Let me give you another sky view of what is happening from above, because we are quiet at the moment. We have all 4 of them from Equinox, and they are taking over this whole southern side. But we do have Team Control Star and Rain Esports uphill from all of them. So now Potato and Kashi moving up, and Kashi using those Doritos from the sky, the emergency cover. Here comes Boops. Boops just moving right up and through these smokes in onto Team Control Star. Team Control Star right up along that edge. You can see that Kashi from that side angle is able to get those shots over onto Team Control Star. So Kashi is now up to 7 eliminations, as here comes Rain Esports, and here they come right up and in, and we're down to just Random. Random is the last one still standing, and there it goes. Equinox coming in first with 20 total eliminations, 10 placement points. They just got 30 total points for this Rondo match. Coming in second, Rain Esports with 7 eliminations. Team Control Star coming in third with 15 eliminations. I think Akashi may be the top fragger at the moment. Here you go. Scores 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16, and 17. Going all out. Equinox, Kashi, 9 eliminations, 1,041 damage. So I will be right back with the scores, and we will be jumping with Equinox, Kashi into match number 4. Be right back. Coming right up and behind Nexus Alliance, but Epidor, you do have a couple of teams right on top of you too as well. So we also have the rest of the Silence coming up. Nexus, or Vegas gets knocked over here, but we do have Nexus Alliance right on down here. We got JPK at the top of this. JPK also paying attention to what's going on. We've got Messi with those fantastic feet, able to get Vegas back up onto his Corey the billionaire. Yeah. I can't help but giggle about this. Alright, let's see what's going on towards the northern side of this. Let's see what's happening with the 4 Ronins. We do have to be announced up in the top, and we also have Dark Esports. We still have a game right up and over onto Claws. That was the Ice Elves. And now to be announced down to just Salty coming up and around, trying to get those shots in, gets shot in the back by the Ice Elves. Alright, let's get on over to the Finest. The Finest are coming right up and in on top of Mad Esports. Mad right on at the top of Cell Tower Hill. Getting shot from Messi, the man with the fire feet. Alright, let's go. Let's see. We got Mad Esports right here on the zone. And our zone's getting ready to pop. Let's see what's going on with our zone, guys. Let me scroll on in. And we've only got a few seconds left. There you go. Right in time. So now, just for fun in the fight with Nexus Alliance, where is Trick? Which team is Trick on? He's not over on this side, but we'll check in on the other side. Oh, that's right. Trick is playing for Control. So our zone's getting ready to pop. Guys, here we go. And another donut zone. Not a bad zone for these 7 teams. So the Finest do have to push through Mad Esports unless they want to rotate down and around. And if they rotate down and around, they're going to end up in the laps of the Silence. And the Silence, look at this. Paying attention right across the way onto JPK, because JPK is still right up here at the top of the world, keeping an eye on the rest of his team. The Silence are right on down below him as well, and we have 5 eliminations for Team Control, and it looks like we're gonna start pulling away. We still have the 4 Ronins right up over here. Oh, we got that fight going on between the Finest and Mad Esports as the Finest are pushing right up and into the Mad Esports. The Mad Esports are trying to gatekeep the Finest from coming up and over, and there goes one from Mad Esports. Here comes the rest of them. The bad fella coming right out and in. Oh, Mad Esports, they are mad, but now here comes the Silence up and along this ridge line. Are they going to push up into Mad, or are they going to end up over here with the 4 Ronins and Dark Esports, because they are over here. We got Team Control at the back of the Silence as they come right up and in, and they can see them across the way. We got Trick right on over there. Let me get Trick on my screen. I just whoop him. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We are right over here on this edge of zone. All these teams, they are pretty snuggled into the zone. They don't have a lot to worry about. But Dark Esports now down to just a duo. But they've got their 4 Ronins on the other side of this hilltop. You can see that the 4 Ronins are getting ready to push right up and over. Killer, ooh, King stopping the push from the 4 Ronins, and I think we are down to the top 5 teams. We did lose the 4 Ronins. Wanted to check before I said that. And let's go. We still have, let me put this map up here so you can see that we are still pretty separated out. Where's my mouse? There we go. So we've got Dark Esports at that north side. We got the Silence that wrapped up and around in front of in front of Mad Esports. Let's get on over to the silence. Find out. Oh, the silence. Right when I switched on over. They are now down to the top 4. We still have team control down to that southern side, letting it all fight out. And here comes the Ice Elves and Mad Esports. Looks like we are struggling over here. Oh no, oh, right when I said that, Dark Esports down to just a duo now. We are down to the only 10 players. So we've got all 4 of them from the Ice Elves, all 4 of them from Team Control and the duo. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, Region 8 Gaming, 45 total points. Equinox at 42. 3 points between these two teams. Coming in third, Rain Esports at 37 total points. So we are still loading them in, guys, but we're on hard start. I'll leave these scores up here for just a second more. It looks like we're missing all of Team 6 at the moment. Hopefully they'll come on in. And let me see what else is going on. And we just have a few players, but it looks like we are missing Team 6 this match. We're headed into match number 4 of North America's Best Stars. This is Winter Finals week number 8. And I think we're getting ready to start this match. This time we're going to be jumping with Equinox Kashi. 9 eliminations in that rondo match. 1,041 damage. So let's get into this match and find the Kashi. Find the Kashi. Thank you, Hussein. Hello, Hussein. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the sub. Alright, let me see if we can find Equinox Kashi. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. There we go. There he is on the screen. Let me put that up there. Equinox Kashi down in Team 14. There is your last match, Top Fragger. You know what they say about the players in the mummy suits? Well, he lived up to that. You guys remember when we used to get up there and get the white jacket? Everybody wanted that white jacket. I don't know how many of you guys remember that. I got that white jacket on a pole and I was like, ta-da! It was a big deal for me. Alright, here we go. We're coming in from that western wasteland wall just to the north of Valle del Mar, going across the northern side of Chumacera, straight through Picado, straight through Minas Generalis, and dumping off in the armpit. So the armpit's going to have some chicken nuggies over there if we've got any AFKs. So hopefully my stream is going okay. I see it glitching out just a little bit, but it looks like we have pretty good MS tonight. Lita, our gorgeous host, with the mostest MSs. I don't know. I tried. Alright, so let's see what's going on. And we do have 2 teams headed down to Chumacera. Region 8 Gaming headed down to Prison Island. We have the 4 Angry Men with Team Control Star headed to Chumacera. We got 2 teams going to Monte Nuevo. We've got 7 Deadly Sins with Finial to be announced headed over to El Pozo. And we got Parasite. Tippa does have Wranglers of Zenith right on top of them. 4 a.m. already in this fight down here. Let's see if we can find out what's going on in Chumacera. Because I do see that Equinox is jumping. And they don't have anybody with them. But I'll go ahead and leave that up there until the first zone pops. And, oh, Skittles. Skittles got turned on by Casper. So now let's get on over to Star, because Star is right next to him. And our first zone goes all the way central north. Look at that. We got a lot of that wall still in place. Star's down to about 5 HP. He's got the pump shot. Look at that. The sawed-off shotgun, putting in some work with that, and Star to his back. And so now Team Control Star down to just 6. Thought I got off of that, guys. Oh, the 4 angry men taking out Team Control over here in Chumacera. We do have the fight that's going on right on over here. Let's check in on what's happening. Gil, what is your team doing? I only see 3 of you over here. You do have all 4 of them. Gil up on top of the tankers on top of Monte Nuevo. But he does have a teammate that's all the way down in Monte Nuevo. So the Slayer is over here with all of them from Finial. So he's getting all the information for the rest of his team. Let's see what else is happening with the rest of this map. I don't see really anybody on top of each other. So I'm going to stay here for just a minute while we check in on that map. There you go. Give you an idea of where your team might be. If you got a team in here, just let me know. Let me get that off there. Sorry about that, guys. If you got a team in here, let me know and we can go and check in on them. But right now, we are with the 7 Deadly Sins and Finial over here in Monte Nuevo. This is match number 4 of 5 tonight, so we have one more match after this. We will be headed back to Erangel. And Gil, he can see you perfectly from here. Gil. Oh, Gil is hill glitching. Look at this. Alright, Gil. I see how that is. He could see you perfectly through that hill. Alright, so let's see. It looks like 7 Deadly Sins. I like how they're wrapping all down and around. We do have one that's still coming up in that vehicle. It looks like he went over and got Slayer. So now they're going to be all right uphill from the Finial that are down below. Looks like almost there. Academy 637. I don't know what kind of name that is, but he's the one taking the shots right on down below. Alright, let me check in on what's happening down here in Leones. It looks like we got almost there in their normal spots. We do have Equinox. Our last match top fragger, Kashi, is right downtown Leones. He's not too far away from Parasite and the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers on that south side of Leones. We've got the Finest taking all over Picado. But all of these teams, Picado, that's how far. Look at that nice shot from Gil all the way across. Fred's down to about 5 HP, so I can hear the rest of his team coming right up and over. And, oh, here comes Team 8. Wranglers of Zenith. They're coming right up and in. And look at this. They take the shot over onto Chris, and Chris is knocked. But now we've got all these teams. We've got Fred's. Fred's is in that background also trying to get, look at this. Fred's taking out Scarface from Wranglers of Zenith, taking some of these third-party knocks because they happen right in front of Fred's. So now let's go check in on what Fred's only got an elimination, but Fred still has all these players right up and around. And you can see that we got the players wrapping around from the 7 Deadly Sins. So Fred's cannot stay up here for too long. He does have Finial right behind him as well. Chris was taken out, but looks like Wranglers of Zenith are still trying to come up and get their teammates picked back up. And we are down 2 players. And now it is just up to Rish. Rish is the last one as Slayer. Slayer on that wraparound. He does come up right behind him. 7 Deadly Sins on these plays, just coming around and covering from all these different angles over here in Monte Nuevo. I thought that was up on the full screen, guys. Alright, still trying to get those shots straight across. Ooh, does he get him? He does get him from this angle, so Nades gets it. Other Slayer gets found, though. Slayer gets found from across the way, so Nate's going to have to get on over and get him picked back up. And we still have Gil up on top of it. Where's Vex? Vex also up the hill. So now, 7 deadly sins, up to 4 eliminations. And Fred, are you the last one still standing? No, you still have one more player over here. Fred, on that third party, as Wranglers of Zenith drove up into Monte Nuevo to grab that car, did get one of the eliminations from the 7 deadly sins. So now he's just going to go ahead and check that all out. Let's go back over here and find out what else is happening to be announced. Not too far away from Rain Esports, we got the Finest coming right up and in Velocity. And the Pew Pew's Parasite over at the Hacienda del Patron, not too far away from Mad Esports in San Martin. We got some chaos going on over here. I'm not sure if... I'm not sure Slayer's going to be able to get picked back up because we do have... Yes, we do. We've got the Immaculate Esports coming up on the other side. Finial's still coming up and in. Nade also getting shot at over here. And so now it's down to Vex and Gil. Gil, you need to come on down and in. So now let's go on over here and find out what else is happening, because the 4 angry men are also in a fight. Also in a fight with the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers coming all the way out of Los Leon to come right up and in onto all this chaos just to the north side of Picado. 90 trying to get into the fight with Casper on the other side, and now all the way across the field we got Bob coming right up and in. Nehan trying to come right up over, now trying to get 90 picked back up with Casper on that other side. Casper coming right up and over, and Casper, whoa, taking Nehan down to the play zone. So now it is just up to Bob to get his teammates picked back up. And look at this. These guys are going to bleed on out as he tries to get on over to get the pick back up. Rags was down to 1 HP. They might be able to get all 4 of their players picked back up. Alright, all this chaos, and now I think we're going to have a fight way up here in this northern side of a zone. We got to be announced, pulling right up and in onto almost there. So this should be an interesting fight with almost there. Where did almost there go? They are already gone. Almost there. I don't know where they disappeared. Oh, were they there? Whoop. Did they come right up and in onto him? Nope. Alright, so I don't know what happened. And let's get on over to Parasite, because Parasite's also in this fight. I just saw the wagon get a knock and an elimination. So let's see. Mad Esports. Let's check in on Mad Esports. Finial in that fight. Look at this, coming out of that Monte Nuevo area. And we still have teams all the way down by Partona. We just now have Region 8 coming into zone, and they have to go all the way to the north. Look at this. They are just now coming into Chumacera, and our zone goes all the way up to the Oasis. So they got a long way to go, guys. A long way to go. Let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We still have the fight down here in Monte Nuevo, though. We still have the fight between the Immaculate Esports and Finial in there. I think that is the last one. Fred's is the last one still standing. So now they need to come on in. We still have the Infinity Reapers coming in. The 7 deadly sins coming out of Monte Nuevo, wrapping around the other side of El Pozo. Let's go and check in on Velocity. Looks like Velocity right over here on top of Rain Esports. Parasite right down below to the south of them. Tippa just right there in Nuxify's. Mini with an 8 times. Sorry guys, almost almost couldn't swallow there for a second. Look at it. Ooh, look at this. Oh, a Nuxify with a sniper. I love seeing it. Look at Velocity getting into those positions. They're wrapping around as well. We got stars all the way over there, and I didn't see the other player. Quack, maybe. Alright, so we do have Rain. Rain is also paying attention to Velocity in this fight. And so I think that Rain may come up onto Velocity. So, Nuxify, watch your back, because you may not be alone for much longer than that. And while we watch this right here, look at this. We still have another team way up on that ridge line as well. I think I can zoom in a little bit more because our teams are now starting to come on in. Yes, here comes Rain Esports. I thought they were going to come up onto Velocity. So we did lose Quack out to a Rain Esports. So let's go. Let's see what else we can see on this map to give you an idea of where your teams are, because they are still coming in. We still have 12 teams in this. We are only in stage 3. Let me pull that down just a little bit, give you guys an idea where we're going to the northern side. You can see that we got Parasite and to be announced right over there with Equinox, and it looks like the rest of Velocity are coming up to back up in Nuxify. We still have, I think Parasite is already gone. Yeah, they already moved on out, and we do have Team 7 right across the way, the finest. Zivanist. Nehan in another fight. Let's see, where is this Nehan? Right on down below. Let's check in on what Nehan is doing over here with Mad Esports. He did get that nade right up and in, and we got almost there at the top. So we got the Infinity Reapers, Mad Esports, the finest, almost there. Nehan with that nade coming out and around, right up and over onto Mad Esports, right on the backside. Nehan again with another nade, his last nade, getting ready to throw it right over and in onto Noob right over there. And we also had Taco. What did that say? Taco. Techie boy right up on top of that. Rain Charisse and Velocity now in that fight with Rain Esports as well. And we still have the 3 teams right on top of each other here. So Nehan and Bob, the only 2 left still standing for the Infinity Reapers. Let me go ahead and scroll this in, and I will show you the map in just a second. Almost there with Mad Esports right on the top of this hill. As we know, we've got the 3 teams right on top of each other over here. Nehan trying to get the angles. He can hear the footsteps from Mad Esports coming up and around. Look at this. Here he goes. Trying to take those free fire, the smokes. Trying to get those shots right up and through. And so now Nehan doing the jump shots to make sure he can't hear those footsteps. And there goes Mad Esports. Nehan up to 3 eliminations. Alright, let me go ahead and scroll on in a little bit, because I do see that Parasite is getting pushed up by Kashi. Now, let's not forget that Kashi was the last match top fragger, and he is right over here on top of Parasite. And across the way, we have to be announced. To be announced, kind of paying attention to the world around them. They also have Region 8 Gaming right on over here. So all these teams right on top of each other. But we are starting to pinch them in. I'll go ahead and put the map up there for you in just a second. Give you guys an idea of where your teams may be now, because we still have 10 teams in this. We are only in stage 4. So there you go. Let me get that off there before I forget again. Alright, so now let's see what else is going on. We are just down to a duo over here. It looks like Parasite came in as a trio, and we did lose one, but now let's check in on Region 8. What's going on with Region 8 over here? Home Depot. Oh, don't try to tell me you can get claws with that from that far away. I think he's just checking the distance on his exploding bow. He's just having some fun. Let's go up and see what's happening on the top of the hill, because they are paying attention to Equinox over here next to Parasite. You can see, but they also know that Region 8 Gaming is right below them as well. We do have them all right on top of each other. And look at that. We also have a team coming up from the other side of them. So you can see that Rain Esports is right on the other side. So Rain Esports wrapped all the way up and around and went all the way to the eastern side. So these guys are moving. They do not stay still for long. So we still have Immaculate coming in from that very far west, but we are down to the top 9 teams, and we are only 17 seconds away from our next zone. So I'll go ahead and put this up since we do have a quiet moment. They're all just trying to wreck each other's gear at the moment. Not sure if they got the knock. They go ahead and push on in. It looks like we've got a pretty decent zone for most of these teams. You can see that we got a couple of teams out on that edge. So Rain Esports, the Finest, Infinity Reapers, almost there. Those are the 3 teams that are going to need to move on in. And now Salty paying attention across the way onto Rain Esports. He knows that they are no longer in zone. So Rain Esports is going to have to, they could even wrap around to that north side and get into that barn. But the barn is downhill. So I'm not sure if that's what they're going to want to do or not. But let's get on over to almost there Wolf, as he is moving, coming right up on this other side of Parasite, because Parasite right on down in these shacks. Wagon! Ooh, nade from Wolf coming right up and in, but we also have Immaculate coming up right behind Wolf. And now the Finest are starting to go out to the blue zone. So let's see what's going on with Wagon right on down below. Wagon watching his 11 comes pushing right up and in on him. Look at this, and right up and in. Wagon with that DBS stopping 11 from pushing in, but oh, he gets found from almost there. Home Depot. Jelly. It is jelly time. Oh, one more time. Peanut butter jelly time. Oh, yeah. And let's go, guys. Let's see what else is happening, because now the Finest are getting pulled up right on over here. Anki, sorry. I was thinking of Kashi over at the other side. He does have the Infinity Reapers coming right up and over. Anki just saw Nahan's head popping up over that ridgeline. We also have Bob on that backside, and look at this. We got the nade primed and ready, and he's gonna try to get the nade over on the Nahan. Ooh, Nahan down to about half health, but then Nahan gets found by Region 8 Cloudy right when he gets that knock. Nahan may be able to get picked back up, but I'm not sure. Region 8, still a full 4-man team. All 4 of them are in zone at this moment. We still have 7 teams in this, guys. So let's go ahead and scroll on in. I think the Infinity Reapers may be able to get picked back up. We are smoking it out, and we have plenty of time to get Nahan picked back up. But we do have movement by to be announced. And look at this, Blaze paying really close attention to where Nahan just got knocked from Region 8 down the hill. So now, is that Salty? What you shooting at over here? Oh, he's got Equinox right on down below. Hello, Spidey. How are you tonight? Big fan, Spidey. Big fan. Alright, who is that? Ooh, it's Claus. Claus, where are you taking the shots at? Not sure what he was shooting at, but let's go. Looks like we're getting ready to maybe try to wrap around and get some angles down onto Rain Esports. Oh, they did take that barn downhill. So now I'm not sure how they're going to get on out of there. They might be able to push up into Equinox. I am not sure how Rain Esports is going to get out of the barn down below. So let me scroll in on my map and give you guys an idea what is going on. Somehow, Rain Esports is pinched between To Be Announced and Equinox in that barn. They're going to have to come up and in Ghosty. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but there you go. Give you guys an idea where our 7 teams still are. This is stage 6, so they do have to move. They cannot stay in the blue zone. And Claw's coming not too far away from the duel, from the Infinity Reapers. So Blaze, oh, Blaze just found Neon. Blaze is over here trying to get those shots right on down onto Bob. Bob just stopped just in time, and look at that. Region 8 does have to come in and across, so now Blaze is not only right on top of Infinity Reapers, but look at that. Region 8 is going right up and across into, look at that, almost there across on that other side. Blaze just plucking them off. Blaze and Judges, and so now Wiz is the last one. These are just tough zones to try to rotate in and out of, and almost there. They've only lost 11, but they are limping into this new zone. So now we still have 5 teams in this. We still have To Be Announced across that way. And let's see, they are all in zone, guys. So now we do have, look at that, Rain did wrap around to that west, and they were able to push right up and in onto Equinox. But let's go, because Immaculate came up behind on the other side of Equinox, and Equinox is now down to just a duo over here, down to a solo. It is just Tony across the way, but Tony is in the middle of all this chaos. He's got Immaculate in a fight right up on this edge, along with almost there. To Be Announced Claus is coming right up on the other side of Rizzy right here, and you can see almost there up on that edge line. So now let's see, Charisse, what are you doing on that other side? Oh, they don't know you were right there, Charisse. They don't know you're gonna have all 4 of them right on top of you in just a matter of seconds, Charisse. So now they are still coming up and over the top. Let's just go on over here, find out what's happening with Immaculate, as Immaculate are coming out from underneath Salty. Let me go ahead and fix this map for you guys, and I'll put the map up. As you can see, Zone 7, another donut zone. These teams just pushing in from the edge, right in on top of each other, and squeezing their way on in. So now let's see what's going on with almost there, up at the top of the other side. Woo, another fight. Let's go. Let's see. That was with Equinox. They finished off Equinox, and now here comes To Be Announced right up and over on this other side. We still have Charisse on the outside. We got almost there over here. We still have Immaculate up on this ridge line as well. So Immaculate is now trying to come right up and I'm sorry, Charisse. I'm sorry. Alright, so now To Be Announced coming up along this other side. All 4 of them still standing, and we still have almost there right in front of them. So now we are down to the top 3 teams. We still have 2B, and now look at this, right up and in, onto almost there. Claws coming right up and in with the mollies, with the nades, and here comes the nade right up and in. Hello, LEGOP. Alright, so now we still have all 4 of them, and look at the way To Be Announced is dominating this entire zone. They have the entire zone to themselves. They have completely squished almost there, right on top of Immaculate. So we've got 3 teams just crushed right in on top of each other. Both of them trying to hold back the push by To Be Announced, taking over this whole entire zone. And now the only team in zone is almost there. Let me go ahead and give you guys a sky view. What is happening with this? And you can see that we got almost there in this compound, and then we got Immaculate up on this ridge line, and all of them from To Be Announced. Look at that Blaze all the way across the way. Blaze is going to have to come down and across that street, and here he comes right now. But look at this, the other 5 players. 5 players right on top of each other on this far west. All of them from To Be Announced, just rapping, trying to look at this. Alright, so that gives you an idea of what is going on in the zone. The thought processes of these people. No one wants to push down in the zone. Immaculate is liking their uphill advantage. We've got almost there enjoying their 4 walls and closed doors. And then To Be Announced taking over the entire rest of the zone. The rest of their zone, their playground. Immaculate down to the FBI. Now we are down to almost there. So we are down to the final 2 teams, and I think Claws, I think we just saw Claws coming right up and in on this other side. So now let's get that off of there. I think that nade was by Salty. Salty on the other side. Let's see what's going on with Salty. Wiz is down to 1 HP. Where is Salty? No, Salty is further back. And Claws is on the outside. And we still have Wiz trying to make sure he doesn't come on in. We got Kaiser. Where is Kaiser? I'm not sure where Kaiser is, but this whole house is on fire. Claws just finding Wiz, and now they both have a nade. Oh, Claws! They threw the nades at each other at the exact same time. Look at that. 2B Announced coming in first with 11 eliminations. Almost there, coming in second with 8 eliminations. And the Immaculate Esports coming in third with 7 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16, and 17. Going all out. To Be Announced. Blaze. 5 eliminations, 799 damage. We'll be jumping with To Be Announced when we come right back for tonight's final match of the North America's Best Stars Winter Finals Week 8. And I will be right back. From the last match winners, we still have Team Control that's in the, no, they are not in zone, guys. They gotta wrap down and through. Look at this, but they don't have to come across that street just yet. We still have the Dark Esports up on the top, though. They can still see right across the way onto Team Control. So Team Control still on top of this, as well as Dark Esports. Dark Esports do need to move on in, and you can see from the upper right hand side, the mini map, that we do need the Ice Elves to come on in just a little bit. Trick, he's trying to watch you. Trick, he knows where you are. He just pointed you out over here. Team Control up to 7 eliminations. JPK with that beautiful uphill spot was just over there fishing for it all. And it does look to me like the Ice Elves are trying to take over both sides of the road on the north side. Those little compounds at the end. Here comes the push by Team Control to get a little better angle, but we still have Dark Esports uphill and still paying attention across the way onto, oh, look at that. It looked like Fragger was trying to push right up and into Team Control. King was able to find Fragger, and now Mula is down to though. Both Dark Esports and Team Control. King trying to push on down, finds the rock, and Trick is still uphill. Trick is still trying to get the shots from up on top of that hill, and Trick is still in zone. So we still have, look at that, Super Mula right there, right in front of King. And JPK is able to find Zensu for Dark Esports. Dark Esports down to just a solo. We got the Ice Elves. I believe they are now just a solo. Are we a solo over here? No, we still have 777. He was able to get healed back up. Mackie right across the way as well. And now let's check in on JPK, because JPK is up to 4 eliminations and he is still uphill behind this truck. Ooh, he's able to take him out with the JPK just saw the edge of 777, and now he's gonna push on down into Dark Esports and the Ice Elves. It is Dark Esports. King, here he comes right up and over. King trying to get those nades up and over onto the Ice Elves. It is a 2v1v4. Team Control still at 4. Full man. Oh, that's JPK with that nade, and we have Mikey getting the res off over here, but JPK coming right up and over that edge, and I think JPK was the one to get it, or Trick, I'm not sure. But here they come right up and around, and Trick from uphill. Team Control coming in first with 12 eliminations, 10 placements, 20 away. Alright, so JPK headed on out now, and let's see our temples. Yeah, no, these are the tankers, so let's see what's going on over here with the rest of all this. And I think let's see, JPK is jumping by himself over here, guys. So he's going to be doing just fine. So we're going to head on over to Yulin. Let's head on down into the temples. As I said, the temples are always absolute chaos over here. We got Nova. Look at the gumballs. We got gumballs everywhere. We got every color for every taste bud. Right on over here, we got the land side. So now look at all the teams over here. We've got Vaspira, Dark Esports, the finest, 4 angry men, signed to God. Let me get Corey, the billionaires team over here, also at the temples. So now let's see what else is happening up on the other side. What is going on? Neox Factory completely empty. Everybody headed on over just to that temples area. We do have to be announced. Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready to see these insane scores. Hold on to your seatbelt. To be announced, 51 total points. Region 8, 49, 2 points away. Rain, 48, 3 points away. Almost there, 5 points away at 46. Tied with Equinox at 46 points. 5 points separating first through fifth. Woo, these scores are so tight. Will it be to be announced for the second week in a row, or are one of these teams that are right there at the finish line, will they come bolting ahead? We are headed into tonight's final match of week 8 for the North America's Best Stars. This is the Winter Finals. Woo, the final match of week 8, and we are still loading them in, guys. It is hard start. We're missing a couple of teams. I think we lost team 8 somewhere, or 6 along the way, but now we have lost team 8 as well. Let me see for a second. Team 8, the Wranglers of Zenith, and Team 6, Dark Esports. I'm not sure where Dark Esports went, but let's go. Let me scroll on through. Whew. Chaos, chaos, chaos everywhere. Chaos. Let me put those scores back up there. You can see that they just started the next match. So we're ready, guys. We're heading on in. Here are the scores heading into tonight's final match. 5 points. 5 points separating first through fifth. And we are jumping this time with to be announced. Blaze, 5 eliminations, 799 damage. Let's get this off of here and get into tonight's final match. Been some really good fights tonight. Yes, Ghosty Momosti. Crazy fights. Let's get Blaze. Whoops, he moved on me. Let's get Blaze over here. And Blaze over here. What do you think, Ghost? What do you think, Ghosty? 5 points between first and fifth. Who's going to win, Ghosty? Let me know. Well, let me know what you're thinking. Because I don't even know. These guys are hot tonight. Each and every one of these teams are just hitting their shots. They're doing insane rotations. They're doing great coverage of each other. I'm loving it. I love what I'm seeing. Nice, fast rotations on most of these teams. All right, here we are. We're coming in from the bay between Primorsk and Sosnovka military base, going over the top of the Western Bridge gas station along the eastern side of Pachinki over Potato Hill, straight through the middle of Yasnaya and dumping off just to the southeast side of Kameshki, just to the southwest of Kameshki, southeast of Stobart. There we go. So Ghosty, you gotta let me know who's gonna win this tonight. So much chaos. Alright, let me check in on the screen, see what's going on. Wrong screen, wrong button. Alright, so we have the 4 angry men in Primorsk. Oh, Crow. Crow missed it. He missed the memo. Almost jumped with Equinox. Orange, but the wrong color orange. Alright, so now let's see. We do have the Immaculate Esports jumping right here with Team Control, so we might have some chaos over here. Look at this. We got where is to be announced jumping, because they do have Velocity right with them. They've got Parasite jumping right down below towards that school area. Looks like to be announced. They're separating out. Look at this. And I think they're going to be jumping down into the boatyard. And let's go. Blaze. Oh, Blaze. You see Velocity right down below you. You got Star right on down below. So now, let me see what else is going on. Let's get on over here as well to Paradise. And it's just the duo for for Parasite, guys. I keep saying Paradise. I don't know why, but we're going to go ahead and split this up because we do have a fight over here at the school apartment. So now we're down to just Rex. Rex is trying to hold him off, and Blaze is floating along. Let's see, Judges is already down a little bit, and he's over here at the recall center. Claus is down. And so now, let's see, there goes the Finest, and I'm not sure why they are going out to. I don't see what they even went out to. Judges is now trying to get those nades up and over onto Velocity, and he can see a Nuxify in that background. He's watching a Nuxify, but Judges does not have a weapon. Ooh, did they leave any weapons for you? There's a nade. Let's see what's going to happen now. He does have him up on that rooftop. He's going to throw that nade right up and in. He does have that knife. He's going to come right up and in out on that edge. And Judges, without a weapon, is able to come up and around. And Judges is in really bad shape, guys, because he does not have a weapon on him at all. And they do have weapons from Velocity, but Judges is trying to stay on out of that. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening on the rest of this. We'll go ahead and put this map screen back up because Mad Esports did take over that school apartment. And let's see, the rest of to be announced is on that north side, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to help Judges or not. It looks like they're getting into position to try to cover for him, but Judges, oh, and he does get found by Silent, so now there goes Judges. To be announced down to just a duo, so Blaze across the way. And they did get a knock over there, but that was on a Nuxify. I don't think they're going to push it as a 2-man into a full 4-man squad. By the time they got there, they would be a full 4-man. So I think the rest of this is pretty separated out. I feel like Team Control might be over here keeping an eye on the Immaculate. So we'll just stay over here, but I'll let you guys go ahead and pay attention. Let me know. It really boils down to the 5th match. It really does. These are the craziest NABS scores I've ever seen, to be honest. Me too, Ghosty. Me too. And now that to be announced is down to a duo, it makes it even crazier. 5 points between 1st and 5th. And you know, to be announced really like the lunch money. Alright, looks like they're going to go ahead and pull away, but Blaze is right across the way. Let's see what Blaze is going to do. At least they're getting some equipment now. We did lose Claus and Judges, so we're down to Blaze and just Salty. And it looks like Salty is on the north side of North Georgia, is trying to figure out where Rain Esports is. Ghosty, your team right down below Salty. Salty on top of them. So let's see what else I can see. I think this is about it. Salty just kind of just checking everything out, trying to get some information. He might go down in there, but I'm not sure what the thought is, because that is up in zone. Our first zone is all the way to that northwest side. We're going all the way from Severny down to the 12-pack. We're not even over on that West Bridge area, so no military base island, but we don't have any teams down on military base either, so that's all right for these teams. The teams like Primorsk, they're gonna have to come on out, and all the way over in Lipovka. Most of these teams are in zone. I only see 2 teams that are completely out of zone, 4 Angry Men and the Infinity Reapers. The rest of these teams, almost all their players are in zone. I do see 11 up by Stauber. He's gonna need to come on down and in, but it is only stage 1. We still have 2 minutes of stage 1. Let's go, Rain. Win this is Ghosty. Alright, we do have to be announced over on this eastern side of North George, right next to your team, Ghosty. Right next to your team. Look at this. We've got Hooks all the way back over here. And I think Hooks, no, Random. Random is the closest one to be announced. So we'll stay here for just a second for you, Ghosty. Well, I keep an eye on the map. I feel like we're going to have some chaos right there in center zone. So let's head on over towards Pew Pew, because I see that we are starting to heat it up in this center area. So right where we've been, Velocity. Ooh! Shadow! What a shot all the way across onto Velocity and Nuxify. So Nuxify is going to have to get picked back up. And Almost There's also in a fight. So the fights are going on all over the place. All of a sudden, let's go up over here. And Almost There, Wolf. He is the last one still standing. As we do have the Finial coming right up and in. Finial Almost There. Wolf is the last one still standing. So he's trying to get up and out of there. And he's going to go ahead and wrap to that north side. He might be able to get 11 into the car and get on out of there and get 11. He'll back up. But there goes 4 a.m. taking out some more of them. And, oh, Finial Chris right out in the open. And the Wolf trying to get him. Wolf does get the knock over onto him. So now let's go. Almost There onto Finial Chris. 10-11. So now let's go. Let's see what's going on with Space Fangs. I think he was the one that was just picked back up. And G-Muck still trying to get those shots up onto him. And they're now maybe going to be able to get Wiz picked back up. But Wiz is right over here on top of him. I'm not sure if Wolf's going to... Oh, Wiz is right there. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get Wiz in that vehicle. Wiz is down to about 5 HP. Look at this. He may be able to get Wiz picked back up. Because he is... Oh, that nade. That nade right on the car. Blowing the car right on out of there. And Wiz is back up and 11 across the way. Coming on down and in. And now look at that G-Muck. Gets Wiz knocked. And now 11 is able to rotate up and around. And they are still trying to fight their way in as our zone laps down to the south side. Oh, 11 gets knocked. So now we are just down to Wolf over here. That's G-Muck coming right up and around trying to get those shots. And there goes Almost There. Out to Finial. To be announced. G-Muck. G-Muck. Alright, let's get on over to Equinox. Right on over here. Boops and Potato, the last two still standing against the 4 angry men. The 4 angry men also in all sorts of issues over here. We got one still standing right in front of them as they come right up and over Boops. Now it's just down to Potato. And there goes the 4 angry men out to Equinox, but not too far away. Our Region 8. So Region 8 are coming up and around, not too far away from all of this as well. And Rain coming on out. Let's see what else is happening. We got so much chaos going on. Let's check in on Region 8 if I can catch them with my mouse. Though they're coming up into the 7 deadly sins right here in Pachinki, not too far away from the Infinity Reapers. And I think that was Team Control Star that they went driving right on past. I no longer see them on the side of the screen, but let's see. Yeah, Team Control Star is not too far away as well. So we're down to the top 11 teams. We still have Rain coming in, to be announced coming, or no, that's not to be announced. This is Team 11, Finial. Finial is gonna end up right in the lap over here of Velocity. Velocity is right here. Look at this, all of them from Velocity. Fangs driving right down and around, just missing all of Velocity over at the boatyard. And we do have a bunch of chaos right on over here with Team Control Star. You can see we got Pew Pews right on the outside. We also have Mad Esports. We're into stage 3 already. Let me scroll on in just a little bit and see what we can see. We still have 11 teams in this. So let me put that map screen up there. There you go, guys. There you go. Let me know if your team is still in this. So let me know where they might be, because we're getting a whole lot of teams added over to this Pachinki area. You can see that Pachinki is already starting to get clustered. So 7 deadly sins down to just Nade. He is the last one still standing. You can see over here in Pachinki, Region 8 are over here. We've got Rain Esports wrapped all the way down and in here. Look at that. There goes Rain Esports as we speak right outside that window. We got Team Control Star. Random is right across from Nade. And we also have the Infinity Reapers. Oh, Nade, stop shooting on the ram. Random is down to about 5 HP. Oh, and they came right up and in onto him. So now we got Region 8 down at the point, and we still are pushing into Pachinki. We still have Velocity up in the boatyard, Mad Esports, and Team Control Star at the school compounds. We got Pew Pews over at the clubhouse. We got Equinox way downhill, and to be announced still over at the slaughterhouse. So now let's see what's going on as Finial. Oh, Finial coming right up and into Pachinki. Gmuck down to about half health, and we're still pushing into this. We're 30 seconds away from stage 4. And I'm not sure Gmuck's going to be able to get Space Fangs picked back up. There he goes. He gets taken out by Storm XYZ. And I'm not sure where Storm is playing from. I just saw his name. Oh, right. XYZ. Storm Zanity. There you go. So now we still have the Infinity Reapers up on the church. We still have all these teams. Look at your mini map. We have teams in almost every house in Pachinki. And now our zone does pop again. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there so you guys can see where our zone is going. So now Velocity needs to come out of that boatyard area, and then we have Mad Esports that I'm guessing are going to try to go ahead and push into Team Control Star. And now we are just a solo over here. Gmuck getting pushed up and in onto Rain. Here comes some pre-nades right on down as here comes. Ooh, they're trying to come right up and in, and he's able to find Sharice. Sharice was right there behind that door. He's able to take out Sharice with Zanity. Is able to finish that off, and we still have Region 8 wrapping up and around to this other side. I still feel like Mad Esports getting ready to push into Team Control Star. And let's go. Let's see what else is happening, because I do see some movement over here into the Infinity Reapers. Who is that? That's Rags right up there on top of that ridge line. Let me go check in on Rags. What are you looking at over here? You got To Be Announced. To Be Announced is getting pushed up in on by Equinox. Let me get on over here and check in on what Blaze is doing. It is Blaze and Salty versus the world. Here they come. Equinox pushing up and in. He's got the smoke blasting. He's got the mollies going off all around him. And now they are switching spots. Salty is down to about half health. Ooh, Blaze. Oh, there goes To Be Announced out to Equinox. Equinox taking over the slaughterhouse. And we still have Mad Esports that has not moved out of that compound yet. It looks like they're just now starting to rotate down and in. But we got Nighty right on down in here trying to figure out where Rain Esports is. He knows that they are coming into this zone. We still have a trio from Rain Esports. We did lose Sharice on that one push. And now Velocity is coming out and in. And I think Velocity is pushing up into Region 8 Gaming up on this north side. You can see Nuxify. Let's go on over here because I don't think we're in a fight just yet for Pachinki, and it looks like a Nuxify. Those are smokes, I think, coming right up and over the edge, and right on the backside of this mound, he does have Region 8 Gaming. So now Mad Esports pushing up into Equinox. So that is not what I expected. They wrapped all the way down and around to the slaughterhouse. So now let's get on over here and checking on what's happening right here at the slaughterhouse. As here comes Mad Esports. They didn't push into team control. They came down and around into Equinox. Equinox is down to just a duo now. Boops and Potato. And here comes Mad Esports. Mad Esports, I think, is down to a solo or a duo on this other side. Let me see what's happening. It is the Techie Boy. Tack, is this you? Tack with that nade right up and over, and he lets go. Tack is able to get one more, so now it is Tack is up to 3 eliminations, and Tack is able to go ahead and finish off Potato. No more Equinox, and we're down to the final 7 teams. We do have Region 8, or Infinity Reapers over here with Rain Esports in a fight. Let's go and check in on what's going on with Rain Esports. Get off. Go away. Thank you. Alright, so Team Control is now pushing right up and in. Velocity does push Region 8 off the backside of that hill, but they're coming down and around. We still have the Pew-Pews over here, so they are still all separated out. You can see that now. So we do have 90. I feel like 90's getting pushing right up and in over onto where Rain Esports trying to get on out there. 90 taking those shots, but now Rain Esports is pushing right up and in over onto Team Control Star. Let me see if I can catch him. And it is just down to hooks now for Rain Esports. He is out here on the golf course in the middle of nowhere with no hard cover, but he is in a center zone. And now we've got Region 8 getting pushed up on by the Pew-Pews. All 4 of them. Now 1v4 over here for Trueback. And now let's see, Cloudy getting a little bit of, oh, Trueback with a double knock with that nade. And here comes another one. Is Trueback going to get a squad wipe onto the Pew-Pews? There's 1 pew left. All the way up in that golf course. It is cryptid all the way across. And so now we still have that solo. Region 8 still in this, up in this upper right hand side. Hello, Roxy. Upper northwest edges zone is what I meant to say. Hello, beautiful Roxy. Hello. And the Pew does have to come on in. Pew Cryptid taking those shots at Region 8 as Region 8 is coming on in. And we still have Hooks down below. Hooks trying to stay out of that. We got Team Control Star also on the golf course, also trying to get these angles down onto Region 8 and Rain Esports. Roxy OP, hello Sunshine, hello Sun, I see you. Alright, let me go ahead and put this map screen up here, guys, and give you an idea where everyone is. You can see that, oh, Pew is still, Pew goes out to the play zone. Point denied. Alright, we are down to the final 5 teams. We still have Region 8, Rain Esports, Team Control, the Infinity Reapers, and Mad Esports. So there they are. All of them on these ridges, on the edge of zone. Look at this. It looks like Region 8 are going to go and push up on over here by Hooks. And Hooks right on the... Oh, and Cloudy finding Hooks with that nade. Right when we switched on over, we are down to the top 4 teams. We still have Mad Esports down in the southwest. We have the Infinity Reapers right on at that south, and all of the I think we're down to 3 of them. No, we have all 4 of them right here on the screen. All 4 of them from Team Control Star. And they are coming. Oh, 6666 came right up and into that breeze bay from a Trupac right across the way. Trupac trying to get those sprays now into the smoke. Trying to spray that smoke right up and over. Team Control Star now in a fight with the Infinity Reapers. And Nighty has been knocked and we're down to just Bob over here at the southern side. But we do have Mad Esport also coming up and across that street. Mad Esports does have to come on in. They came right on out of the slaughterhouse, trying to throw those nades right up and over onto Nighty. Nighty is right on that backside, but I don't think the nade was anywhere near Nighty. And now Millie still trying to come up and in. But we also have Team Control Star coming up on the backside of the Infinity Reapers. Tacky Boy. Tack Boy is able to get that nade right up and over onto the Infinity Reapers as here comes Team Control Star. Team Control Star coming right up and over. Where is Tack Boy? And Tack Boy is still at the top. I have tried to click on you so many times, Tack. I'm sorry. And let's see what's going on. Tack still getting pushed up in by all of them from Team Control. And he is right on this backside. And there he goes. And we're down to the final 2 teams. We have all 4 of them from Team Control Star versus a duo from Region 8 Gaming. So let's go ahead and put this iPad up there so you can see that Team Control Star are moving right up and in over onto Region 8. Region 8 is right downhill from Team Control Star. Team Control Star taking over this entire ridge line in zone. 66666 does get knocked, so now it's a 2v3. A 2v3, we got Skittles just to the north side of Trupac and Cloudy over on that other side. Let me switch over to the Cloudy side so that I can get some ideas of what else is happening. And it does look like Trupac's going to try to get that elimination over. And look at that. His 666 had come right on down and in. But, oh, Trupac is getting covered because Team Control Star is on every angle. And we do have Star coming up and around. Also getting these crazy angles over onto Region 8. So Star all the way down the hill. The rest of his team uphill. Cloudy going down. So now it is Trupac versus all of the rest of them from Team Control Star. So we do have the pushes coming right up and in. Here comes one of them driving right on through. We got Star coming on the other side. And Trupac trying to, woo! Star coming right up and over on the other side. And jumping out of that. And here he comes. Oh, no way, team. Region 8 Trupac. What did we just watch? That was insane. We had cars coming, flying over our heads. We had players coming from every direction. And what happens? Trupac coming in with 8 out of the 13. eliminations for Region 8 Gaming. Team Control Star coming in second with 6 eliminations, and Mad Esports, the Techie Boy, 5 of the 7 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out and not shocked at all. Region 8 Trueback, 8 eliminations, 1,225 damage. Give me just a second, guys. LEGOP, the gorgeous LEG, is doing our scores for us tonight. The beautiful Kelita with the hosting. Perfect night tonight, but let me grab the scores and I will be right back. Also in a fight, so let's see what's going on this side as well. So you can see that to be announced is in a fight with the Silent Esports. So now we are down. Wiggs is still coming up and around, trying to get into the fight over here with Vespira. Wiggs is able to get that knock, but now there they go. So now we just have the solo for the Apex Esports. So now let's go on back to Yulin and find out what else is happening with the 4 angry men. Alright, so it looks like to be announced. Still trying to come up and over onto the Silence. Let me see what else is going on this map at the moment. I think we can go ahead. Oh, we got some chaos going on over here with the Ice Elves. Mikey getting pulled up on over here by Team 9. Dark Esports trying to come up and in to the recall on the side. So let me just go ahead and do it this way. Let's get the map screen up there, give you guys an idea of where your teams might be, because I cannot figure out how to find. Ooh, we got Dead Eyes, over here. Who are you playing with? I did not find him, so let's head on over here. Trick, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. JPK, we're still over here. JPK, not worried, not breaking a sweat. Let's see what Lexus is doing in the Lexus. Driving up and around over here. So now we're taking the top side of this. Let me check in on the pew right across the way from the 4 angry men. Let's get back into this match and check in on Deadly. Deadly is right down below. Deadly trying to come up and in there, all trying to push on over towards this recall at the temples. And we do have looks like Nexus Alliance right across the way, right when I got off of Pew. I'm sorry, Pew. So now let's check in on what Vespira is doing over onto this side. We still have all these teams over here at the temples. So on top of the hill, look at this. We've got Lex. Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready for these scores? Coming in first, Region 8 was 72 total points. Equinox tied with Rain Esports, 54. To be announced at 52. I am still not over that ending with Trueback on fire. That's all I can say. Region 8 Gaming, GG's tonight. Thank you everyone so much for coming out and supporting these teams, these players. Region 8, the North America's best stars, and me. We all truly appreciate you. Thank you, Ellie G and Kaylita, for the great night of hosting and scores. And we will see you again next week for the Winter Finals, Week 9. Have a great week. Stay safe. I love you guys. Good night.